Oh boy. Yo. We her. Oh, hang on. I gotta go. Scoot me a little bit. Over maybe. There we go. More satisfying. There we go. Or we just go. That's a little far. But I guess it makes it work. What's up, man? Ooh, hang on. Some of these jams going real quick. Jason Dark. Dude, that would actually be a good one. Now that I think about it. I know. I would pay money. I'd pay money to see that. The Jason Dark thing. I just would pay money to see that. Oh my god, I feel like that would just be so funny. Yeah. All right. So our objective today, welcome. We are going to be updating all KvK groups. As far as we're going to go and hunt down matchups to see if anyone has other matchups that we still need to get. We will then do some predictions on matchups as well, on who we think is going to win. We got to fill in some zone 2s, so we'll fill in zone 2 matchups today as well, and possibly zone 3s once we do get matchups confirmed, because then we'll have time to be able to do that. We are going to also be giving a Diplo update on 509's KvK for KvK 6, so that should be interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, should be good. Got a bunch to do today. Also, I'm going to see if we might be able to talk to Abda or Hunt leadership. And I'm going to see if we might be able to get them in a call like we did with Savage yesterday from 698. And I really want to see if we're going to be able to, I want to see if we can kind of get their thoughts on, just kind of generally what do they think about their situation. Is what I'd like to ask them about, just to see is like, do they not care, or is it just god awful that they find themselves in? I think that would be so much fun. Yeah. Oops, whoa. Drewski, what's up? Cat, what's up? I blame BM for the Diplo disaster. He went to bed and everyone went crazy. Bro, yeah, I don't even understand. And so that's the thing about it. Yeah, like I need to go and read up because apparently I don't even understand. Like apparently it just dissolved and it just went all bad and I don't understand exactly what happened. I need to go and read up. And then I had someone that messaged me on Discord that said, hey boss, how dare you hate on L&D? Now it's like everything started dissolving or something like that. And I'm thinking, I'm sitting over here to myself wondering like, yo, what did I do? Like, you know, I'm pretty sure I've never seriously actually hated on anyone in any kind of real tangible way that I know of. And so I'm over here like, wait, what's going on? But then they clarified and they were like, oh yeah, no, like I think they said they were just joking or something. But yeah, and again, I just again we will read through the we'll read through some Diplo later as well. I don't know what the current state of it is, but yeah. So there is that. There is that. Drew says, okay, stinks. Drew, don't be mean. Miko, what's up? I don't mind farming until final zone XD. I mean, some people don't, you know, and I'm not saying that should necessarily kind of be the gold standard that people operate off of, but you know, if you need to sacrifice a zone 3 or a zone 2, you know, to get to your ideal state of FZ and you at least get one of those zones for PvP, or you just use it as kind of continuous PvP throughout up until the final zone, you know, there's ways around it. Yeah. Dude, what's up, man? Did you get our matchup yet? I think we did. I think I did. Someone else sent me another matchup, so I have to check as well. Drew says, it's called Diplo, and there's always a bish boy in it. I mean, like I said, I don't know what happened, man. I gotta go. I will. I'm pretty sure you or someone sent it to me yesterday, and I'm pretty sure we updated it. So, but I'm gonna go through. Oh, you said I didn't. Okay, I'm pretty sure someone did send it to me though. But we're gonna go through them. I can probably take a quick look right now too. Yeah, let me see, because this is one. Where are you guys? We got KvK 2. KvK. Oh no, I didn't then. No, never mind. I didn't. So I did not get it. Okay, I would have been asleep then. Absolutely. So if you have it, yeah, if you had it, shoot it over. I'll update it right now. Yeah, because Drew also just got done doing a bunch of updates on here as well. I know I talked about it in the group announcement video I just did. So I'm pretty excited, Mundo, about it, to be honest. So yeah. Oh, is this prep? No, I didn't do the whole thing. Don't look at that one. Don't look at that one. Don't look at that one. Look at this one. All right, cool. Shoot, we're 30. All right, hold on. Let me. I gotta scoot some of these over real quick. Okay, no, I'll check Discord. Give me a sec. I'm just I'm trying to put these out real quick. Cool, sick live. I think we're good there. I gotta shorten these real quick too. Oh shit, no, it's not it. There we go, that's one. Yeah. Oh, you said okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check. Let me see. Let me see what you send to me. Excuse me. Let me take a look. I'm taking a gander. Okay, cool. So it's. I'll probably scroll you guys down then, huh? So 110, you guys are here. 310 and 345. Okay. Damn. Oh my gosh. Yo, have we ever seen power differential around 100 million before? For KvK 3, that's sick. Oh my gosh, I love this. Yeah, I mean, well, you know, again, we'll take a look at the rest, but damn, my guy, this is not bad. Oh my gosh. So 0.47% differential on PvP activity. I mean, that's phenomenal. 15.5. I mean, Bill, that's, I mean, kills isn't necessarily super big. This is lovely. Low deads. So that means, again, both sides are pretty much willing to incur deads, whether that's on bastions or passes or rallies, garrisons on cities, etc. Heals super low. That's actually really nice to see. I mean, this is something. It's like almost 12 mil on average power differential. So I mean, again, that's a little bit of something. Also, I did talk to Drewski. He's going to add in the merits. We were talking before I started streaming, so I know he's going to get to the merits whenever he can, but just as a quick update, right, that's eventually going to get added as well. Let me see here. Okay. Oh, let's do this. Hold up. There we go. So at 100 mil, okay, so it's like 66 differential. That's a little bit high at 100 mil, but the numbers get a lot closer at 125 and 150 plus, so that's not bad. Obviously, that 300 mil is rough pill to swallow, I think. Oh boy. Oh, hang on. What's my level here too? Oh, I gotta level that up. Yeah, I mean, that was a little rough. So it's 66 going team A down, right? Negative's down, positive is up. 125 is down, 12 more at 150 up, 9 more up, even, but then they have more 300. So again, at 100, 125, team B has more. At 150 up, team A has more. Okay. I mean, that's not that bad. The difference is they also have a higher average per player on team A. So that's, I mean, something. They have a little bit more PvP activity. They have a little bit more deaths. Okay. I mean, this is still not bad though. You know, if we're nitpicking it, I think that this is, yeah, I mean, this is still pretty close. I mean, I would probably maybe give a slight edge out to the OMG team here based on some of the numbers, but I mean, this isn't god awful by any means. I would say like a slight to light advantage, but it's still pretty fair. Like it's pretty close. So yeah, again, this is really good. Like I like this actually. Yeah. I mean, again, right? Maybe we could have looked at some other variations, but I mean, I think if you guys settled on this one, it's not awful by any means. Yeah. Yeah, Doom, if you're I was gonna say, yeah, man, if you're let me see, it wasn't, oh. Roberts, what's up, man? Yo. As long as no one dodges, we should have a fire KvK. Yo, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, OMG smacks. It wasn't the consensus for all 6 kingdoms. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Yeah, because I was going to ask you if you wanted to hop on, VC and share any of your thoughts. Let's see. We're on 145. Let me see. Yeah, man. I should have kept the stream running. Oh, you mean last night? Wait, do you mean should have or should not have? Admiral, what's up, man? Cool. Awesome. Yeah, man. We might even do something else with Siren. She just hit me up about something. So that could be cool. All right. Yeah, Doom. You okay? Hang on. Let me reach out to Doom. Just to see if my man is ready, and then we can hear from Doom on 110 on how KvK 3 Diplo played out, and maybe get his thoughts. Yeah, like kept it on overnight, lol. Cause oh, dude. Oh, I see what you mean, Admiral. You mean stay in the VC, or you mean like stay in the VC? Well, I don't know if I would have been able to stay in the VC unless it auto kicks me out. But you mean like leave it on the Discord watching the channel, dude? That's actually not a bad idea. Oh my god. I mean, you're giving me some ideas right now, man. Wow. I mean, let me say this though, right? That first off, that's a genius idea. Is just leave the stream on and just have some background music going, and then like just do a refresh on it or something. Or I'd have to get like an 8-hour, 9-hour playlist or something, and let that play. Let the chat go. The challenge, however, there is a challenge, right? The challenge is like, what happens if people start saying some unhinged stuff, right? Or if they start posting some stuff, right? I don't have control of it because I'm not online. There are some drawbacks. I think initially it was sounded really good. Now that I think about it a little bit more, maybe not. I mean, again, just some initial thoughts on that one. Now that I'm like, I had to like Shark Tank it through my head real quick. Okay, hang on. Let me see, where's Doom at? Okay, hang on. Doom's ready. Hang on. Let me pause this. Oh yeah, no. We're gonna go back through the chat. I'll go back through it and like figure, because you have to understand, based on where it ended, I'm over here saying to myself, like, dude, like they're in a good spot. Like it didn't end poorly. I thought by any means. So, yeah. Doom, what's up?
Hello. Hey, BN, what's going on?
Yo, it's Doom. Let me crank you up. Okay, I think it should be good. All right, man.
Check. Good to go.
Yeah, no, Gucci. All right, Doomy Poo. Give me the lay of the land again, man. We heard from Savage yesterday about how KvK 2 Diplo went down. His thoughts. He seems pretty happy. Like he seems like, hey man, stuff went really good for them. He had a good experience coming into G2. Break it down for me again, right? For anyone who doesn't know, right? Doom leads ROG over in 110. How did it go? Everyone got in. The Discord was set up. Everyone got in relatively quickly. How did it kind of start playing out? In the beginning.
So, yeah, I mean, we got the matchup and everything, and then the Diplo from OMG, Morphicus, I think, if I remember right. Sorry if I butchered your name. He reached out and wanted to set up like an in-game Diplo chat. And so that was like the first 30 minutes or whatever, just trying to get everybody in the chat, And so then once everybody was in the chat, they were just trying to see what everybody's thoughts were on the matchup and everything. I mean, that's like, nobody was saying anything, and I think if it was either we put something out first or they did. They put out a matchup, and it kind of turned into what was called like option A. I have to look and see what that was, but and then we put up one that was option B, and then there was a third one that I think Lion put up. And so basically we had a vote, and the vote came to like a stalemate. Nobody there's three of us that voted for one and three of us that voted for the other one. And then OMG proposed doing like a draft. We weren't really for that. We just didn't want to
wait
do
a
like
draft.
a draft.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. What did that look like though?
So
like team captains, and we're going to the basketball court, and in middle school, and everyone's picking their people for their team, like.
Yeah, essentially that's what it was, and it was OMG's idea. So they gave.
Okay.
So it was always like, I guess they identified as 110 and OMG as the two team captains, right?
Okay.
And we were fine with that, but they gave us the first pick or whatever, but we still don't want to do that. It still ends up with the same results.
Yeah.
Because we all know who we want to pick. They were just trying to break up what the team that voted. So eventually the team that you see on your screen on your stream right now, those were the three that voted for the option. And then we were like, we're gonna just tell them, hey, we're gonna play. This is the team. So one of the main issues brought up from OMG was, it's a sandwich play, right? So if that means that two kingdoms, one in each camp, could be cut out of the final zone. That was a concern that OMG had, and it's a very valid concern, because what happens if somebody gets cut out, right? No final zone, or final zone is just not that much fun. We understood that. We completely agree with that. We offered, compromise where either side, the two contested, which would be OMG and Lion.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be an invasion to cut anybody out. And then OMG wanted additionally, like, 1v1s would still occur during invasions, and that was a great idea. So that, like, if, for example, ROG loses in Zone 2 and OMG wanted to keep pushing through the invasions, they could, right? But our allies couldn't come back us up and push. It was just a 1v1, which I like that. It didn't discourage fighting. It still gave the option for the 1v1, and they could cut us out still, but there's no 2v1 scenario. I like that a lot. That was great. I seriously doubt in the span of 6 days any of these kingdoms in this KvK couldn't defend and make it to final zone. They're all very good kingdoms. And so, it looked like everything was fine. We were gonna go. Everybody's gonna go to final zone. We're gonna have plenty of PvP. As you see on the stats there, everything was pretty close. We liked it, but there were two kingdoms that were very much against this matchup, and they were trying to figure out a way to make it work for everybody. We just couldn't figure out a way to make it work for everybody, and in the end, the three kingdoms wanted to play together, and that's what happened. And I woke up this morning to basically OMG
and three
saying,
kingdoms. You mean OMG, CC, NWE, or your three?
My three, or my three. Yeah, we would. We we were gonna go with this is the team we're gonna go with. We just got tired of going around in circles and stuff. And but we were okay with everybody fighting in final zone and everything. 3-3 was 3-3 was against it for a different reason than OMG. They thought that the activity levels were very different. And they thought that might have not been fair, which, that's subjective, but they could be right. So, I woke up this morning though, and OMG had posted that they don't want to do they don't want to do like where the no cut, like they want the no rules or whatever. You can sandwich, you can do whatever you want. All that's off the table. And the reason stated was because rewards, right? Like the rewards are really messed up on this map. You need like 6 gear centuries or something like that. So if there's no like invasions or something like that, like if like they want to try to get rewards, we want to try to get rewards, especially if you lose the dragon, right, your other reward would be gear centuries and stuff. So I'm assuming that's the reasoning. I'm not really sure, but so now we're just back to 3v3 and there's a sandwich play on each side, which is fine. I think everybody should still make it to final zone as long as the strategy plays. And the kingdoms we are facing are very experienced kingdoms. I have no doubt this will be a great KvK, like I said in your stream, as long as nobody dodges. But I'm literally looking forward to it. I saw the other KvK pools and they're matching, and I'm like, what is going on?
Oh yeah. Nah, man, dude, absolutely. So, I mean, was there anything brought up? Because like one of the things I've always said for a pretty long time now at this point was, let as long as everyone agrees, people can kind of make the KvK whatever they want. Was there any thought as far as just saying like, look, let's just all agree just to not like push anyone out of zone 3 until after the FZ and after some time has passed?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that, and that was something that I think both sides were for initially, and we're still for it. We would rather have everybody come to the final zone and fight. But I woke up this morning to it being changed. They didn't want to do that, so that's off the table
Oh,
now.
I see.
But we're still
Who didn't want to
we're
do that?
still open to it. The other team.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Not us.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, like, again, when we were talking with, and I'm probably going to cover this because I don't know if Captain or Savage hit me up about this yet, but I think I had asked them about it if they could ask their group because for their KvK2, when I was talking to Savage yesterday, Captain was saying the same thing from WAO in the chat that they literally just agreed to just like, look, we're just not, I think they said something like, we won't do any zone 3 invades until 5 days after final zone is opened, and then it's just people can go do whatever they want. So again, this is something I've always been a proponent for since like the very beginning of the game, telling people like, look, man, you can just make your own rules, like use the KvK as a sandbox, and as long as everyone agrees, you guys can kind of do whatever you want. So like I know they're doing that, and I think I'm pretty sure 509 was doing that. At least the last update I saw last night for that was KvK 6. So the last update I saw before I got off, and again, who knows if that's changed by now? I have to go read up based on what I've heard. But when I got off, that seemed like the direction they were going in. So at least from what you're saying on your side, like now, would that, if you guys opt to do that, do you think that would solve some of the concerns from, I guess, based on what you've said from the other side as far as the matchup altogether?
Yeah, I mean, one of the concern for the sandwich was from OMG, and
Okay.
and initially, that's, I guess, once the realization hit that the rewards are kind of played out, you need 3 zone 3s to secure, right, the 6 gear centuries you need for that reward. And so in the way the map is set up right now, the only way to get to another zone 3, like your ally zone 3, so that you can put all of the gear centuries within one shell, right, is that they would have to go through the final zone or through the zone 2 invasions. It used to be able to, on this map, they had an additional invasion, which was the zone 3 to zone 3 invasion, but they removed that. So now it's just zone 2 to zone 3 invasion.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. I mean, listen. I'm to be fair. This is the thing. I've always been fine with them doing those. My whole thing was always just the order that they did it in with the pass openings. Like my whole thing was, man, I just wish that they opened the and I'll screw this. Oh, let me show this a little bigger for people that are curious. But it's like, yeah, my whole thing was like, man, I just wished that they would have done it where they would have made it so the final zone is like pass four, and then the zone two to zone three is pass five. I just feel like that would
Yeah,
just
that would be
I just feel like
nice.
that would solve so many things, at that
Yeah.
point. And my thing was, you know, because for again for people in the chat, this is kind of what he's talking about, right? It's like the zone two, and then you're pushing through level four pass to go in, and basically it's like it's like a Suedo cross zone three invade. It's just the level four pass isn't adjacent between the zone threes. And my thing is like, if you're going to do that and you really want some action or something to fight for, why don't they just like if you're looking at my stream like or even and not like why don't they just use the adjacent river and just create like a little PvP zone here between the zone threes? Like that's all you really have to do if you just want to kind of keep something going. I guess you could always throw another statue zone in there, but I think if you add like a little mini PvP zone, like just like a statue zone, but it's like 10 times bigger or something, and then you just do some other things in there, or you just have it be, something else that you maybe fight for, some other kind of game mode. Like the thing is, they can be creative. You can do other things to help supplement PvP prior to the FZ opening where it doesn't break people's banks, and people don't feel like, I imagine for some that they might feel like they're losing out a bit. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like I'm caught in between. Like, I want everybody to go to Final Zone, like
yeah,
that's for sure. But there's only two, like, other than the invasion, there's only two instances of like a pass opening PvP. This
yeah,
this map is really weird about that, and so like I kind of want invasions because it's content, Otherwise, there's like nothing between Zone 2 and Final Zone really. So, I thought that the idea that OMG had about keeping the 1v1 alive
yeah,
was great. That was a great idea. And I was hoping that it would work out that way. Everybody would go to the final zone. We'd have our big, showdown and stuff, and but they want to, and that's still possible. I mean, I seriously doubt as long as both sides play the strategy correctly and there's enough activity on all sides, nobody should get cut out. Because the zone threes are not open anymore. Having the zone threes and the zone twos was a little rough.
yeah. No, I got you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean that's my thing is like, I mean, again, I guess I don't, I guess my thing initially would just be, I don't really see the need for. I mean, yeah, listen, I understand like the map is being played the way it is, and the passes are opening the way they are, but there's nothing stopping every kingdom in a KvK from just agreeing and saying, look, man, like let's just let everyone make it to the FZ. This is how we'll supplement the PvP after Zone Two fighting is concluded, and then you just set a number of days. If it's 2, 3, 4, 5 days or whatever after Final Zone opens, then you say, well, after this time at reset or something, 3 days in or 4 or 5 days in, then you guys can start invading each other's zone threes. You can fight anywhere and everywhere on the map. It's just I guess to me it's that simple because I feel like if every kingdom went in to their KvK understanding that they can do that, then part of me feels like now it opens up a lot more matchup opportunities because now people aren't feeling so compelled or pressured based on who they're next to because at that point it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the concern OMG brought up was the sandwich plays and stuff. They wanted to stay away from that, but and that's why we suggested just nobody, everybody goes to final zone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we want, but for whatever reason, they stated it was because of end of season rewards and how they're implemented in this map that they wanted to do away with that. So that's their decision. I mean, we're gonna do whatever that's strategically best to win the season, but we're definitely down for more content, especially the final zone because the final zone's on a Friday, which I mean, last season it was on a Wednesday, which sucked for people who worked during the weekday, but weekend final zones are like the best,
Yeah.
and we are really wanting, looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and that's my thing, man. Is like part of me feels like the pass opening should always kind of be on a Friday, and then it's like you play it out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so you get kind of a full weekend, which to me it makes the most sense from when passes are opening, and then at that point it's like whatever plays out after those first couple days, but at least you get the opportunity to have the most amount of potential available time from players a part of each kingdom going into a weekend like that. Again, I don't know if that's exactly how all the passes are lined up right now, where all the passes do open up on Fridays, but generally speaking, that's for me that's what I feel would probably be like incredibly conducive to you trying to get as much activity, as much PvP in right after a pass opens.
Yeah, the pass openings this season are a banger. I mean, it's Zone 2 is on a Sunday, right?
Okay.
And then the Invasions is on a Saturday, and then the Final Zone's on a Friday. So it's pretty good.
Okay. Okay.
There is no Zone 3 opening. There is no fighting. Everybody has their own Zone 3. So
Yeah.
those are the only, other than the statues, those are the only three instances where PvP will have or start.
Yeah. Oh man.
Did you see the change to the map that they made for Dragon though? Where all three, so there's three sides, right? There's three things to the pie. There's three
Oh.
entrances to the
Yeah,
dragon.
yeah,
I think this has the possibility in at least some of the bigger KvKs, maybe where you see your first fight inside the dragon arena when it opens. Like inside of it. Like people teleport to the dragon to try to capture it and they're fighting inside. Because they can't
Oh
get control of the other portals.
no, I no, sorry, I don't know if I've seen this. Where is this now? Oh, sorry, my bad. You mean inside of the behemoth area? The zone. Let me
Yes.
see. Hold
So
on.
there's three portals. That's no longer it. If you zoom out a little bit,
Right here.
that's no longer the portal.
Right here, portal
That's on what
destination. It's not on the ramp.
there's
It's out in the field.
that's one. There's two more now. So if you go to each
Oh.
of there's three pieces of the pie,
Oh, I
right?
see. Yeah. Oh, that's
So
smart.
and there's the land bridges that are kind of choke points, right? They're
Yeah.
bastion choke points. So like in order to get to capture those portals before the dragon is available, you have to I mean, it's going to take a lot, and if you can't do that with even just, you have to get both portals, right? If you can't do that, then I honestly see a fight happening inside the actual like thing, and people are fighting to control the dragon, which is, in my opinion, for the vision of this game,
That's dope.
this is where the fight needs to be, trying to get control of that thing.
Yeah. No, dude, that's sick. I love this change, dude. That's a massive W change from the devs on that one. Oh god, I love that.
Yeah, I'm cannot wait to see what happens in all these different KvKs
Oh, that's so sick.
that get up there.
Oh my gosh. So overall, you guys feel, as far as with how things are right now, unless something changes, that you guys are sadly satisfied with this current matchup.
Yeah, I mean, we have a little more accounts than they do, but they have a lot heavier hitting power. And I think they're very good alliances. They're definitely OMG's definitely gonna be a challenge. They're very strong.
Yeah.
So, I think that it's going to be a great KvK. They just maybe need to believe in themselves a little more. Like I think it's a good matchup. I really do. And for us, we're the only predominantly EU-US alliance, so it's going to be a lot of late nights for us being.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'll say, man, I'm pretty excited as far as just for some of the KvKs so far. I mean, some of these are like shaping up to look really good this season, and I mean, again, despite some of the matchups and pairings that I mean, listen, man, part of me wants them just to do it. Just wants the COD team just to decide like who's on whose team. Like to me, that's the next thing about, at least for the next step, that I think they could take, which is just, why not? Like, you're already going to do the group. why don't you just assign who's going to be on whose team? And then you can, do starting zone placements, do a little bit of the map fixing. And then at that point, it's like, man, you're Gucci. So,
yeah,
it's just, I don't know. I think leaving it up to, but I don't know, like, maybe that's one of the game mechanics they want to leave intact. Maybe they want that to be, one of the things that they kind of, I guess, leave untouched to a degree. But to be honest, I'd be fine with them testing it out one season.
Yeah. Someone said in your chat, is OMG complaining about the matchup? They're not complaining. They just disagree with it. They accepted the matchup and they said they're going to give it their best. So, I mean, I got to stick up for them a little bit there. I mean, it's just, we disagree with, the matchup is all. Wanted to correct that. Make sure I didn't come across as they're complaining about it, because they're not. They're just disagree with it.
Yeah, so it's like, if you look at this, if you look at the map here, right, based on what it is, and you guys are 110, 310, 345. So based on this, it's where is it? 110, 3, what was it? 343, hang on, 310. There we go. Okay, dear God, I'm already forgetting. Short-term memory loss is a bitch. So 110, 310, 345. So 110, 345 next to each other, 310 across, OMG in between, and then 247, 341. I mean, if you think about it, 5 is sandwiched and 310 is sandwiched. I mean, the only difference is that 310 from your side is on an island and 5 from their side is on an island. But I mean, it's the same thing at that point. It's a 2-2-1-1, which is other splits that we've seen. I mean, I don't really see this as being, just totally out there. I mean, it's going to be like that no matter what, unless you do a 3-3, like a north-south or a west-east, or if you do a 1-1-1-1-1 all the way across. Yeah,
just, north and south don't work because the middles don't get to fight. You know, and there's no zone 3 in this one. It's invasion, which they took out half the invasions.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, I look at the map and the split, and to me, like, this isn't bad. It's just everyone just agrees to be like, look, man, let's just not kill off a zone 3, before the FZ opens, and then, you put a couple day limit, a timer on it, then, Bob's your uncle, man. You're off to the.
We're good with that, but they declined. They were okay with it, and then because of the rewards, they wanted to not do it anymore. I mean, that's their choice. I respect it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if they want to go for the cut, then we'll definitely oblige.
Yeah. No, man, absolutely. Well, all right, man. Well, man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you coming and hanging out and giving us a little bit of an update here on how Diplo went for you guys, and how it played out and what you guys are looking forward to do here in KvK 3. So, yeah, man, dude, thanks for making some time for us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Good luck, everybody, in their KvKs this season. Catch you later, Ben.
All right, later, bro. All right, dude. Dope stuff, man. Dope stuff from Doomy. Giving us the DL there on how KvK 3 is playing out right now. Awesome. I also did hear from someone from OMG, but I gotta ask. Oh. Yeah, someone from OMG did hit me up, and I've been talking to them while Doom was in here, and I asked if they wanted to come on VC just to kind of share, the OMG side, but they politely declined. Just said they really didn't want to go on VC, but they are writing me up some stuff. I just asked if they're okay if I share anything that they said, or if they want to write something up that I can share. So I'll see what they say on that. But listen, man, if there's someone from OMG or from 247 341 that wants to come in and chat and let us know a little bit about KvK 3, man, more than welcome to. Again, man, I love talking about this stuff, being able to kind of get some of these inner workings. You get a little bit of a peek behind the curtain on, how did these things actually play out, right? Especially when you're kind of hearing it from each perspective, or kind of each team. on their side, it gives you a little bit more clarity, man. And I think a lot of that stuff can be incredibly educational, especially for people that aren't in Season of Strife, or if you've just kind of gone about doing KvK a little bit differently, or maybe you had a very easygoing KvK, maybe you had an extremely difficult KvK, and you just kind of get, or at least on the Diplo side, right? And you get to hear how it went for someone else. I mean, you know, you can really take a lot away from that. Let me catch up with some chat here real quick. Knight, what's up, man? Night COD. Possible to add a highlight to the team column. Who has the advantage visual representation of who is winning the key metrics? Ooh, I like that. I like that, man. I'm gonna have to add that on Drew. So basically, what you're saying is, here on the teams, do a highlight, do some kind of a background color highlight on who is ahead on which one. I really like that. That's a fantastic idea. Drew, did you get that? I'm gonna add that in on our little thing. Hang on one sec. Yeah. Yeah. Let me hang on. Let me go into my DMs here with Drew. I'm gonna add that, dude. I freaking love that idea. Knight. Let me. Where did I put my last little thing here that I put down for him that I wrote? Okay, here it is. Okay, let me add this. Add highlight background color to let me see, total A or total B row, depending on which team is better on which metric columns. Okay, cool. I got it added. Cool. I got like a pinned thing there. Absolutely banger of a suggestion. Thank you. And I don't think that should be too difficult because I know Drew and I were talking before the stream started, so we were able to kind of get a couple things. And I freaking love that idea. I'm shocked I didn't think of it myself. So, you know, you suck, but at the same time, phenomenal suggestion. Only because I didn't think of it first. But thank you. Let me see. Like a quick screening. Drew says, I never do Diplo if I'm honest. Let's see. Ravs, what's up, man? Admiral. Oh, wait, I thought you were asking about mine for some reason. I'm a bum. Yeah. I was going to say what happened to Bean's voice. Gavin, what's up, man? Oh, geez. Oh, yeah. Yo, hey, what's up? Easy win for the Lion. Trust me. Haha. Dalfa, what's up, man? DM Yo, hey, everywhere. Carol, what's up, man? Lion and 345 should be winning 3-3 and NWE 1v1, in my opinion. Kind of not clear who wins here. Oh, so, Carol, that's the thing. Once I go through all of the groups to figure out if any more diplomacy has been agreed upon for what the matchups are going to be, I'm going to go back in here and we're going to update the Zone 2 matchups. So that's something I'm going to do as well. Because now that we know, at least for the specific KvKs where matchups have been decided, we can go in and break down the Zone 2 matchups for who's going to be fighting who. And I'm going to fill that in as well. Whenever we just kind of have a down moment. I do have to go through the remaining KvK groups for the ones where we haven't got a matchup confirmed, and I have to go and ask them about it, right, to figure out which ones. But we will absolutely update Zone 2 matchups. Kirill says Koreans always like to sleep. Gavin, we are not sure what's going on with FSK won't reply. Really? Dude, what's going on with my lover boy Kyle, man? Do I need to send him a Valentine's Day gram? Let him know. Kirill and Viets are well-known degen fighters, yeah. Bruh, if negative team B... Drew says, bruh, if negative team B, positive team A, this guy. He's quoting me, that's good. Yeah, but in all seriousness, I do think that would be dope at some point to add. I do still think that's a good idea. PP, what's up, man? Milk losing versus WAO because of Raz. True story? Is that how this is going to play out for this matchup? Glassy says, you received 6091. I can provide if needed. I don't know. Let me, hang on, Glass. Let me see. So I have, we got KvK 1, KvK 2, KvK 3 we just got. I don't have 6091. So if you got KvK 4 for me, Glossy, let me know. We still need KvK 5. So I'm going to have to reach out to someone about KvK 5 to get an update on how that's going. KvK 6, this is what it might be, but I don't know if that's changed at any point so far. Yeah. 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 Also, if anyone's wondering, so again, I am getting hit up by an OMG rep for KvK 3, and I guess a couple bullet points here to mention, at least from what they're saying, is that they said that I can mention that it wasn't a consensus for the matchup. They said 110 wouldn't budge, would only accept one scenario when 3 others were suggested. You can, let me see. Also, they had mentioned that 110 had announced the KvK, I guess, matchup results while it was still being discussed. They said they had opened a Discord room specifically for a draft and brought in representatives from each team, but only 110 when they got there and said they refused to do a draft. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, yeah. What I will say there is on the draft part, and this is just me, personally, I'm against doing drafts. And that's just because when you're doing drafts, the potential for mismatches and imbalances only increases. Yeah. I know, and yeah, Barat, if you're, what's up, man? If you're saying that like doing a draft is essentially being able to kind of have a Diplo win, I mean, basically, I mean, it could very well turn into that. So, you know, I think people have maybe, I think, right, there could be some good intentions when you're thinking of, oh, well, hey, let's do a draft and kind of, you know, we can have these captains and you'll pick someone else. The difference here is that we have all the data, right? It's not, you know, when you're doing a draft, you know, like if I'm in middle school or high school and we go to the basketball court and there's like, you know, 10 people and 2 people are captains, it's not like you have a profile card or some sheet on each person's stats. You know what I mean? And you know, you're just kind of, you know, going based off feel. Respectfully, I just don't necessarily think that should really be. Now, you can make the argument that you could still just be looking at the stats ahead of time and then do the draft and have an idea on who you're picking. However, there is still very much, you know, some advantages that can be created from doing a draft. My just general thought is I just would never do a draft, right? I wouldn't mind doing a draft on like starting zone ones. I think that's okay. But as far as doing a draft on like who you're, I mean, this is what you have to consider. Doing a draft is kind of almost like what we had when we were doing the team up phase. And what did the devs decide to do with the team up phase? They decided to temporarily scrap it. And that's just because that's what you're doing. The team up phase, you're doing a captain and then you're picking teams. Right? That is essentially doing a draft. And the COD team got rid of that, at least temporarily, which to be fair is good on them. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever going to be a fan of doing like the team up phase thing again. It's just, it's like, man, too much stuff can get out of control with that. Yeah. Miko, Milk gets to cook RFF back-to-back seasons. This guy, man. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Glass, you just hit me up with that. Apologies here. Hang on. So it's, hold up, you said 452. So here's KvK 4. Glassy's giving us an update. 530. And SCL. Okay. Glossy says, smoothest diplomacy we've seen in a long time. Okay. This KvK Diplo win. Carol says, if NWE and 3-3 didn't improve their downtimes, then ROG's team should be winning. Viet alliances are too crazy active in this game for F's sakes. Yeah. Okay, so this is apparently KvK 4. Let's see this. So, I mean, that's sizable. So, Team A getting about a 5.5 bill increase. Team B getting about a 1.5% activity going in their direction. Okay, so it's nice to see some variance there. 26 billion more kills, Team A. 303 million more deads, Team A. 38 billion heals, Team A. But average power at 6.5 mil goes in favor of Team B. I like that because now you're getting a little bit more differential spread. Let's see this. So at 80 mil plus 4 Team A. I mean, 55 and 100 mil. I mean, oof, that's rough. 27, but then you got 18 going down to Team B. That's not bad. For 150, 7 more at 200, but then you got 5 more and 2 more. Okay, this actually isn't that bad on this one. Yeah, man, you know what? I actually kind of like this because remember what we usually talk about, right, is if one side has more power, they just generally have more troops available. So I do think it's nice to see that the other side has a little bit more PvP activity to kind of help balancing that. You have a little bit more average power on the other side, whereas kills, deads, heals are in favor of Team A. You do have, again, some of the higher numbers that are in favor of B. I mean, again, I don't think this is bad. I mean, I feel like this is actually pretty close to balanced. Maybe you could make it, I mean, I'd want to see what the merit numbers look like too as well. Yeah, I mean, however, yeah. I mean, based on this, yeah, man, this is close, man. Like, this is not bad. I mean, part of me wants to give like a very tiny edge to Team B. But I honestly feel like you could probably call it either way. I mean, again, man, it's pretty close. I mean, I want to see a couple more stat lines, but yeah, dude, like, I don't think this is bad. That's pretty cool. Kill says KOA higher in power than SCL. And keep in mind, we're going to update this too as well. So and like I said before to people, once the season starts, again, I was just talking to Drewski about this before I started streaming. Once the KvK starts and Brink of War finishes, I'm going to get an updated scan with also including top 300 historical power, in addition to the current one that we're going off of, which is current power for top 300, at least for those columns. We're going to get an updated one, and then we're going to upload that and overwrite the current file that's being used, so that way everyone can see what the updated numbers are going to be, along with also taking into account anyone who trains during Brink of War. So the numbers are going to be I mean, not like way more, but it's going to be more accurate and up to date based on people being fully healed and anyone who does training. So again, when we get to, I think, is it the 8th, right? Isn't it the 8th of May? I'm pretty sure. So once we get to May 8th, going in a reset, I'm probably going to try and stream. I don't even know when the 8th is. Let me see here. So it's next Friday. So I'm going to try and stream again. I mean, we'll still stream between then, but I'm going to try and stream again and do a dedicated one on Friday when the season begins. And we're going to take a look at the updated numbers as well to see if there's any big changes based on what the matchups are. That could be, again, that could be pretty damning. That could be pretty damning. Yeah. Glossy says, while I slept through it, I'm 452's Diplo lead. Time to prove ourselves since TC merged in. Last season, Puzo and VP surrendered. We need to be tested. Yeah. Doom says, what are the Zone 2 fights? Yeah, so I'll start updating the Zone 2 fights here in a sec. I just want to go through real quick, and I want to see if we can check in for, I think, KvK 5. Yeah. I want to see if KvK 5 has been decided on yet, and then we also need to go do an update on KvK 6 to look at Diplo. So I want to at least do those first, and then if we haven't got a consensus, I'll go start updating the Zone 2 matchups for the 4 out of the top 6 KvKs that we have so far locked in for matchups confirmed. Guy says, I'm not sure, but we have triangle formation, so enemies both sides. Yeah. Glossy, yeah. We are Hissing low, Ed below, Pod above, yeah. Yeah, man. Gotcha. Okay. Stero, what's up, man? Good luck, Glossy. That last season was the worst. Hopefully you guys are blessed with some glorious fighting this time. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and we need to see, can we reach out to Beck? Does anyone know? Do I need someone? Let me go in one of these real quick. Where am I? Is this my main? No, this is my scouts. It is. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me check my other thing. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should. Hang on. Let's start with who's strongest. Let's start with Goop 181. Do I know anyone from 181? I can't recall. I need to update my King's Guard thing, so I can just have people immediately that I can reach out to. Okay, we're gonna open this up. We need to. We'll start with 181 and see if I can find anyone there that. Oh, I need to improve the size of this. I didn't realize it was still that small. But we basically need to see if we can reach out to someone here for KvK 5. We'll start with 181 and then maybe do 259. Basically, we just need to see if we can find someone that we can reach out to. I thought I had increased this, did I not? There we go. So let's do this. Oh, Vital's here. I didn't realize Vital was here. Hold up, man. I got Vital. Give me a sec. Yeah. Hang on. I'm gonna hit a Vital. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. Dude, I got this picture with Arminius, man. Hang on, let me show you guys this. I got this picture with Arminius. This is one of the peeps over there in Ink playing with Vital. This is the pic I did with him at the NYC meetup. Yeah, dude. No, Arminius was cool, man. It was cool to meet him and chat him up. And then Vital was like, yeah, he sent, you know, Vital was like, oh yeah, Arminius sent me this. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Let me see. Yo, has your KvK matchup been decided yet, or y'all, or still discussing? Okay, I just hit a Vital. Vital's pretty good about getting back to me. So, and I think he's on right now, even if he's away. So, oh my God. Okay, Vital responded immediately. Okay, he said, haha, God, I wish. Okay, so that's still ongoing. Okay, we'll circle back. Circle back. So, okay, so KvK 5 not done. Okay, now I need to go through some of these Diplo chats. So We got KvK 1's locked in right now. We got the matchup here for that. KvK 2 is locked in. KvK 3 and KvK 4. So I guess I'm sure Vital will be kind enough to hit me up whenever it's good, and then we'll figure out what KvK 5 is going to be. So let's go through KvK 6 Diplo chats right now, right? So remember, this is where we left off at for what we thought it was going to be when we got off last night. Okay, let me open this up, and I'm going to show this to you guys so we can catch up on Diplo chat. Hang on, let me see what else Vital just said. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, rough. Okay. Yeah, Vital said a mix of disagreements and Russian NAEU, Korean time zones have been slowing communications down. Okay. So that's a little update there from KvK 5. I told him, I was like, dude, I wish you guys luck and a speedy resolution. That's what I told him. Okay. I'm gonna load up the chat here. And let's read through this right now. I wanna see what's been going on. Oh, wait, hang on, that's my cam. One sec. Did I fix this? Well, hold up. Oh, Discord. Okay. So let me come off to the side here a bit. So hang on, let me widen this too. Hang on, it's a little bit small. Okay. Give me a sec here. Let's do this. All right, if that helps a bit. I think it does. Okay. So let's read out for where we, oh my God, wow, this is a lot. So we left off and it was, I'm trying to think, oh, so this is all afternoon. So we got to scroll back a lot to read up. Because we got off at around midnight, right? Oh my God, dude. Yeah. Yo, there's Vital. There's Vital in chat. What's up, man? Okay, so, oh my God, dude. How many messages went down from when we got off to where we are now? Oh my Lord. Jeez. Okay, we're getting close. I think we're getting close. We've made it to 4 a.m. We made it to 4 a.m. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we are. So, wait, do I have the thing on? Do I have my thing on? Yeah, stream, but let me get off this. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're gonna read through. So this is when we got off. Here's the thing. This was a draft based on what they said last night for the Diplo contract. Please read through and let me know if anything needs to be changed out of roofs, right? So this is where it was. The teams are, right, 360, 529, 525, 602, 497, 684, and then it's going up against 145, 574, 509, 506, and 540, 523. I'm pretty sure that's what we have here, right? 145, 509, 540. Yeah, 145, right? Yeah. So that is what we have here. So what we showed here, again, that's what was mentioned, right? And that's what we, yeah. So that's where we're at. Okay, so we're good, right? This is where we left off last night when we got off stream. Okay. Now I'm just curious, how have we had like over 1,000 messages since then? Right? And again, we don't know every single person, every single kingdom's backstory, right? That just seems like at least where they left off. I don't know if that I don't know if that was because every kingdom was there in the VC. I also don't know that information, right? Clanho, what's up, man? Hey, yo, stop leaking LND's brain rot. What? Okay, let's read through. If you set rules in place that the match is not balanced, there are those of us who do not believe that option 1 is very balanced, but if we add the rules, we feel that is more fair. And let me explain very simply that when I look at doing matchups and I look at numbers, it's based on the assumption that all the kingdoms make it to the final zone. The way that you make that happen is not incredibly difficult to do. All you got to do is just have everyone agree, all right? And then you just kind of figure out the particulars throughout the way. And that's it. Right? Okay. So, and the reason why I look at it like that, let me explain. The reason I look at it like that is because KvKs are about ensuring and fulfilling as many players, if not up to every single player in the KvK, up to all the kingdoms, can fully participate as much as possible. And when you are doing Diplo, and your initial approach is, well, let me do Diplo based on my starting zone and who I'm going to fight in zone 2, you've already hindered yourself. Like, you've killed off what is the most important part of the KvK, which is being a good steward to your player base, to the members and players in your kingdom, trying to ensure that they can have the most fulfilling and the most enjoyable KvK possible. And how do you make that happen? You have to give them the most amount of opportunities to fight and to have fulfilling and competitive fights, right? Not steamrolls in any direction. And so sometimes you might need to do small sacrifices for the greater good that includes everyone sacrificing. And an example of that is saying, well, look, let's just not fight immediately in zone 3, but let's wait until zone 5, until final zone opens, and then wait a couple days. Then everyone can fight it out anywhere they want in the kingdom. It's the same exact thing. The only thing is you're just sacrificing a little bit kind of in that middle part of the KvK until the FZ opens. That's it. This is, it's a small sacrifice for a long-term game, right? Short-term sacrifice, long-term game. This is not difficult to understand. Let's continue. Oh, sorry, hang on. What were the other things here? Zone 3 will be subject to special rules. Zone 3 will be invadable to a limited degree. No farm killing. I wish they would have expanded on this and basically just said Zone 3 will be invadable until a set number of days after final zone opens, and then anyone can invade anyone's Zone 3, and it's free fall at that point, or it's completely open. I wish they would have provided a little bit more detail here. No farm killing in Zone 3. Does that mean like merit trading? Is that what that means? I would have appreciated, maybe I'm just behind the times here. Right? Because you're killing farms is like what? Anyways. Okay, invading camp. The invading camp cannot build past the final choke point before reaching the defender's gear sentry, and gear sentries cannot be taken from the defender. Examples of where to stop will be posted. Okay, so this is like going halfway, right? Or something. Or not making it so they can't, I guess, advance into FZ if that's the case. I need to look on the map too, so I can see. So I can just see where that is on the gear sentry, because I'm blanking right now on this. Oh, okay. I see. So I see. So it's basically saying like you can come in through here. It's saying you can come in through here, but you have to stop here as an example. Is that it? Clano says, Teddy, what's up, man? Clano, Being wearing earphones so his brain doesn't melt and leak out after reading Eleni's messages on Diplo chat. I don't think I've even got to them yet. Okay. So, but yeah, I guess that's what they mean there in that when they said the invading camp cannot build past the final choke point before reaching defender's gear sentry. Okay, so before final choke point, that would be, wait, wouldn't that be here? Okay, I see. So that means they could go all the way here. This is the first choke. I mean, if you're counting, yeah, it says before, this is the choke closest to the gear sentry before you hit gear sentry. So basically saying you can come through here, take Spire, but you got to stop here as an example. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm following on that and we're not misinterpreting anything there. No camp can lock another camp out of Zone 3 or final zone. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I probably would have wrote this up a little bit more differently, and I probably would have posted it in the agreement channel, not in a Gen Chat channel, essentially, where it's going to get lost in the feed. I mean, this wasn't even pinned, I don't think. Or is it pinned? No, it's not. So, yeah, I wouldn't have pinned it. I would have put it in the agreement channel, or I would have put it in like agreement channel, and I just would have clarified it at the beginning, like this is just a draft. Okay. These special rules will null and void 5 days after final. Yeah, like I would have wrote this up in a way where it said, I wouldn't even have said no camp can lock another camp out of final zone. Like I wouldn't even have mentioned zone 3, because the thing is, once the final zone opens, you're just fighting it until someone gets pushed. Like I don't think you need to put any rules or stipulations on final zone saying you can't lock out someone else. So yeah, because it's saying you can't lock them out of zone 3 or final zone. The zone 3 thing I understand, but I would have put a stipulation on that saying only until after, right? And I get it. It is saying it here. But sometimes, you know, I don't know. I guess I just would have worded it a little bit differently. But these special rules will be null and void 5 days after final zone opens and zone 3 can be invaded. Yeah. The final zone thing, it's just some people could interpret this as saying like, oh, well, okay, well, how far back can we push you in the final zone then? Right? Like some people might just want to push them all the way back as an example. Okay, let's continue. Satali says, can we remove... Dude, I wish people... Do they have kingdom tags? Oh, they do. Okay. Can we remove item number 2 from the list? No farm killing. Yeah. It's only there because Tiny offered it to CLB. If rules are put in place, it means that the match is not balanced. The option is not good, just in my opinion. I mean... Yeah, I mean, it's not... I mean, they're commenting on that from the position of, you know, playing the KvK out the way it's designed, right? And not kind of doing any external rules to circumvent. But you can do that, and you can also, in a lot of cases, you can make the KvKs better. Okay. Singh says, we don't want option 1 either, but oh well. Oh, I see. They want to be able to invade zone 3. I mean, yeah, I mean, come on, man. At that point, like, you know, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Yeah. I mean, at that point, it's like, man, just do a free for all and just like, you know, just like let it become a shit show. Okay, Lady K, I have to agree. Option 3 is the better option, unless he meant option 1 is in the matchup for option 1. Option 3 is the better option, or even drawing something else up, like keeping option 1 but swapping out for one another. Crazy that we have to basically agree to something all because X doesn't want to work with a French alliance and Illuminati wants to fight an alliance because of Rho, instead of looking at the bigger picture and putting things like that aside. I personally hate option 1, and slapping a band-aid on it with the invasion add-in doesn't make it look better to me, but that's just, I mean, to be fair, it does look a lot better that way. I think that's just statistically a fact. However, I do believe Tiny did say that they didn't care. It was more of a preference. It wasn't an ultimatum, unless that changed. And then the whole X thing, doesn't want to work with a friend. I mean, most of you know where I stand on that, man. It's like, look, dude, you're in a KvK. You know, everyone has to be up to teaming up with anyone, right? Because it's not about your feelings, right? F your feelings as kingdom leadership and how you feel about other leadership teams, or how your leadership or how your kingdom feels about another kingdom. No, man, it's about doing what's in the best interest of the players who, again, you are a steward to, right? And, you know, those are the people that should always be front of mind. So, yeah, I mean, to me, it's disappointing when we don't have that as kind of being an initial thought. Claire says, Tony saying BN can't comprehend what's written is crazy comms. Yeah. Listen, my point on this... Oh, yeah, because Tiny said one of VC, so I can explain each part you're reading. So, Tiny, that's the point, though, right? Is that you shouldn't have to explain. But that's my point. Is that, like, when... And I understand it was late when it was written up. Maybe there was another announcement that was put somewhere else. But my point is that when something's written up like that, it's got to be like dummy proof. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be so clear that there's like no room for interpretation. And I'm not saying you got to write a paragraph or some dissertation, but you know, again, I'm just saying I would have wrote that up a little. You know, maybe one or two of the lines I think are pretty straightforward, but a few of the points I think could have just had a little bit more clarity. Yeah. But that's my point, is like you should write it out though, right? You should write it out so it's clear. That's all I'm saying, is that, you know, it's got to be clear for everyone. Yeah. Okay, already stated that it's not a requirement to fight OPB. I don't know how many more times I have to say it because before it's actually understood. How about how many times we have to say our points before they understood? Dude, but this is wild, man. Bossman's killing me right now. That's good. Oh, okay, yeah, no, and that's what I said before. Like, yeah, if it was clarified on, or if someone did another announcement somewhere, again, we probably just haven't got there yet. Because again, I'm reading this back from, you know, 16, 18 hours ago. Oh, let's see. Is it directly me that has an issue with them? If you want to get an attitude because of your inability to read, that is oh my God. I mean, Tiny coming out with the low blow punches. That it's not a requirement that we fight OPB. I'm not. I entertain this further. You're doing Diplo for X. BN doing Diplo for you. This whole Diplo thing wasn't normal to begin with. Oh, so to be fair, right? If anything, I was more of a consultant. Like, let's be clear, right? On my role here, right? Tiny did say that I was doing Diplo, but really I was more of a consultant, right? To be fair. And he did state that I was doing it, but I'm just saying Tiny and Q were still there. I was just more of like, you know, the assist man who just came in. I ran some quick numbers. I shared some thoughts, right? That was it. Like, that was the extent of what I did. Exactly. I'm a 1099 contractor. I just freelanced. Yeah, Tiny found me on Fiverr. put in a task request. And I was like, all right, man, I'm here. I got you. Dude, 100%. That's basically what went down. Like, let's really put that into perspective. Okay. Secondly, pipe down. Okay. Man, this chat is great. I love this chat. Let me see. Are you swapping out Sponge? What's up, man? Yo, half of 509 is here in chat. What's up, 509? Oh my God, this is getting pretty good, man. Okay, I'm done here. Congrats. All right, man. Maybe I should have stayed up to take over Diplo, man. Tiny's Tiny's degrading. Are you open to swapping out one of yours with OPB then? Like, say, for example, Yi for OPB. I mean, this is my thing, right? My thing is this. If you are going, and this is like for anyone, if you are going to suggest a different swap for the matchup, do not just say, hey, here's what I think we should swap. What you do properly, right, is you say, okay, this is the suggestion for the swap. Here's the numbers to back it up, right? And then you share some screens and you say, look, this is why I think this matchup would be better if we swap here. Here's how the new numbers look. I think this is favorable, and you make your case, right? The challenge is I feel like some Diplo chats are being treated like an RSS feed, and everyone's just like typing a little bit, enter, type a little bit, enter, type. No, like formulate a cohesive thought in its entirety, a wholesome thought, and then post that. Dear Lord. I'm telling you, man, dude, you know what this is like, man? I feel like I'm back on like AOL Instant Messenger back in middle school. You know what I mean? Like that's what I feel like. And it's like everyone's just sending tweets, man. What we really need is dissertations. You know? Dear Lord. Okay. Okay, I'll be out. Okay, hang on. I'll see you on the field. Okay, wait, what? Dude, I'll be off territory waiting for you. Make sure you rally me. Oh wait. Oh, without a doubt we will. We rallied Bodhi. You think we give a fuck about rallying you? Oh my god, it's getting so good. It's getting so good. I mean, strong words, dude, strong words. Oh my god, this is so good. You know what it's like, man? It's like you're a fly on the wall in like some reality TV show. That's what it's getting to. Okay, oh my god, hang on. Before I come back, somebody ping me. Leaking ICE files already too. Wait. Hang on. Okay, good. Okay, let's go back. Okay, let's go back. Did I lose my spot? Okay, good. No, we didn't. Okay. And how did that work? It was fun. Send it. This game is... Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, Tony's not wrong there. But the fact you claim I do Diplo for X is literally the reason they're pissed off at you in the first place and refusing to work with you. I mean, to be fair, I don't recall any point in time that I saw Tiny repping for X or saying like, hey, I'm the person who's making these decisions for X. I don't recall that happening. Again, someone would have to, send me a message link, but again, I don't remember that. When all I did was restate something they already stated, I said that, not boss on wait now, and now the BS attitude isn't getting you any further. He just did. The first time I ever said that, it wasn't us. You're drunk. Take a break. Silver's coming. Oh my God, this is good. Right, and you just doubled down on expecting them to change their mind. It was 6:02. Running Diplo doesn't benefit any of us. Calm down and reset. Boss man, nah, sober as fuck. It was so to shake my head. Sick. Not only causing issues now with X, but now also disrespecting us and expecting us to entertain further conversation with you. All anyone has ever done is repeat what X has said because they haven't been willing to budge. Explain that to your R5. Tiny, you are disrespectful as well. Haha. I mean, listen, man. Maybe don't say haha after it unless you mean it as a joke. Put Tiny in his place, okay, and like let him know what's up. Oh, Jesus, Cristo. I'm done. Oh, Tiny's done for a set. Dude, we need a counter on how many times Tiny has been done, because I'm counting too. I'm going to keep track of this. How many times has Tiny said he's done? 2. We're counting. Clano said, I know, right? I should. Bruh, Tiny toxic for real. Bro needs rehab after he's done burying L&D. Oh my God. Clano. Yo, what's this I'm hearing about FSK hasn't engaged in Diplo conversations or like hasn't participated yet? Is that true or no? That's what someone was saying. Admiral says, get an I'm done counter up. Yeah. Okay, I missed half of the message, but I haven't seen X post their stance. Can someone link it? I mean, again, that's fair, right? That's a fair one. Great, so you come in here starting shit completely uninformed. Great. I mean, okay, that's a little harsh. I would have linked them the post, and you could have still said that. You could have done both. No, repeating what was already stated. Oh, damn, Clano, you left FSK? Oh my God, dude, you were FSK for so long. Bro, I'm going to be honest. FSK to me is like the Amish. It's like, dude, I need to figure out what's going on there. Like, I'd love to hear some inner workings on FSK, bro. If you're ever down or if you want to come on VC now, dude, I would love just to hear a little bit about FSK, dude, because I'm going to be honest. FSK just feels, I don't want to go as far as saying like, cult, but what I will say is, it just feels very secretive. I was kicked. I left after that. Let me not lie. Okay, got you. Dude, yeah, if you're ever down for like talking about what it was like being an FSK, I would be so interested in that because I just feel like FSK is like this like kind of dark corner, so to speak, of like the game, and like you just don't know too much about it. Oh my gosh. PP NASTi misses his ex. Dude, he never wrote me back, man. He never wrote me back, man. I sent him he sent me that love letter, man, and I put my feelings out there for him, man. He never reciprocated. Limit, what's up, man? Jackal Barat. What's up, man? Teddy, this chat is full of Illumi. I mean, I'm in the data, dude, so I don't count as... Little Admiral says left on red, crazy. Oh, I guess I should. Oh my god, dude, this is so good. Okay. X will not work with L&D and French Alliance. And now probably Rage. that was, okay, that was good. That was well timed. Well timed. Where did this info come? Dude, I love how all Boss is trying to do here I love how, yeah, he's just trying to get some info, man. He's just trying to get a link, bro. Like, that's all he's trying to get. X will not work with L&D. Okay, X not wanting to work with L&D is just an excuse. They wanted option 1 from the start. Is there a problem with the French? And 2, apparently us. Oh yeah, X is an L&D, C3. Oh, is this him linking it? Oh, okay. Oh, maybe Tiny did link it after all. Okay. Oh, he did. So there you go. So Boss just said thanks for links. Okay, cool. So Tiny followed through. Solid. So can you explain to me why the F I'm the one under fire so there is no Diplo to be had? Sounds like X has decided the Diplo. Azav, free for all? Klaus says, I don't kiss and tell. JK, free right now, baby. Hit me up. Dude, yeah, DM me on Discord. BB says, thanks to you, BN and Drew and the team for all the hard work. Keeps us DGens drooling. Oh, dude, thank you so much, Habibi. I appreciate that, man. Okay. You aren't under fire. You're the one with the attitude. Damn, bro. Damn. Tony got that attitude. That's what happens to do when Tony comes out. What I will say is that all 3 of the proposed Rage team are still looking at this Diplo like, what the F? So I'll come out and say it. Sleepy, you stated that you don't want to work with Rage and or CLB, and frankly, the only team that leaves you with looks like a Diplo win from any angle we look from. We all like to pretend that the data is the truth, but there is a degree of situational awareness, which to be fair, that's accurate. That is true. That has to be applied. I don't think it's reasonable or fair to come in and name half the alliances as camps you are unwilling to work with. I have to ask you to make some sort of concession so that we can have an honest discussion about Diplo. Dude, like, again, I don't know if that's true or not from Sleepy's position. I'll have to see what it is. But I think generally speaking, what Silver said here is spot on, dude. And that's what I've been saying before. Like, when you come into Diplo, man, you have to leave your biases, your feelings, your hate and or love for any of the alliances that are in your KvK at the door. Like, you got to come in super fresh, and literally everyone has to act like it's a clean slate, and everyone has to be willing to team with anyone, right? Like, that's number one. The moment that doesn't happen, you have screwed yourself. Like, that's it. End of story. Mic drop. Like, keep it pushing, pimping. GG. No remove on. The moment. And again, man, I'm telling you this from experience. The moment if you are a Kingdom Rep Elite, the moment you come into Diplo having any kind of biases on anyone, whether it's I'd like to team with them or I don't want to team with them, you know, like, you literally have just screwed yourself. And not only yourself, but you've screwed what the potential could be for having the best possible KvK that season. And it just sucks. Right? And it's all just because of, you know, a thought or a feeling you have. I do, like, man, come on, man, push that shit out of here. No, nobody wants to hear that, man. You know, you want to go chase butterflies and you know, in a field of dandelions, go do that on your own time. Well, I have no problem with the French, just saying. I was only unwilling to work with one until these Diplo talks and people had loud mouths. I then have said multiple times, we have decided. Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, again, like, let's be fair around the block, man. Like, we can put that on Sleepy and X. of saying like unwilling to work with, right? Like, again, that's unnecessary, right? Like you've already hand-tied, you know, a number of potential matchup variations that now can't be considered, right? So that already immediately limits the potential for the KvK, right? So now it's already potentially lower than what it could have been, right? So again, let's just call it fair and square, right? That's not saying like, oh, Sleepy's an awful human being or anything like that. That's just simply saying like, again, man, you got to recognize what those negative repercussions are when you come into Diplo like that. I'm going to be honest with the constant fire towards me from 6. Dude, I love how Tiny is still on this though. He's just not letting it go, man. Like it just, like every couple of messages, man. Like, yo, can we circle back to the hate that I'm getting? I'm kind of over it and agree with that. Oh, come on. You said you wanted option 1 from the start because OPB are French and that both you and X aren't going to budge. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you can say that, right? But even I said I liked option 1 the most, but I still liked option 3 that was put out there as well. I mean, even the one that Q put out from 509, which is option 4, wasn't bad either. You know, like, again, I could see them doing 1 or 3. Either of those I think would have been fine. Right? So, yeah. I just think we don't need to get hung up on situations where it's like someone said something and we're just going to keep bringing it back up and up and up, and we're not going to move on from it, right? We're not going to let it go because, dude, like that's how you're just circling the drain, like nonstop. Yeah. Admiral says W Silver trying to calm people down though. Yeah, dude, like again, I hung out. I talked to Silver a little bit last night with Tiny and VC. There was a few other people there. And yeah, dude, like I told Silver, I was like, dude, like, you know, I think you did some good stuff here, you know, with his approach and trying to mediate and, you know, just trying to kind of help move the conversation along. And yeah, I mean, based on what Silver's saying from some of the posts I've read from him, I mean, he definitely seems like the type where it's like, look, man, let's try and be a little bit more forward here and, you know, kind of get some stuff done. So, you know, which again, I'm all for. PB says, I'd be rage baiting further, to be honest, just for fun at this point. Yeah, man. Oh. I mean, that's messed up, PP. Messed up, man. Damn. So if you want, wait, where are we at? I didn't say anything that is disrespectful, lol. Why are you trying to act as if I has issues with OPB? If you want something to change, control yourself. I did want option 1, and you just made it easier for me to decide. I'm not trying to argue with anyone. And I never once said that I wasn't going to budge, just saying, sorry if I sound aggressive. I think he was talking to you, Sleepy, not you. He said you and X, it was aimed at me. You said you wanted to fight them. Then X said they don't like them because they eliminated you in Row League and trash talk you afterwards. Am I wrong? Again, yeah, I mean, again, like, I'll just say, like, these kinds of comments, I mean, I just like don't know if I would say stuff like this. And I only say that I say that only because any posts or conversations that are not going towards the resolution of selecting and getting closer to a matchup is just like unnecessary, you know, language, right? At that point. And so I would just say, like, it's good to be mindful when you're in Diplo conversations on what you're saying, because the moment you start talking about other stuff, even if you're trying to do it to support a point, but that point isn't directly focused on let's get to a resolution here, stuff can just start spiraling so fast. Turtle, what's up, man? EBC, what's up, man? You must limbus like I have. Yeah. Oh my lord, man. Oh, okay, so they want to come midday. Okay, cool. Think any plans yet? I was just, let's see, telling the girls about us. Hang on, I just responded to my brother real quick. Okay. Where did we leave off? I didn't say wanted to, didn't say needed to. I also stated that in VC that if we were allied with them, we'd all set up friendly war during the period with those. I mean, yeah, dude, like there you go, man. There's the resolution. We don't trash. All right, cool. Tiny speaks the truth. We respect. Now then, are we going to continue to let passive aggressive remarks, pettiness, and pride continue to ruin this KvK's Diplo? Honestly, I probably wouldn't have asked that because you're just kind of inviting the can of worms to just continue being open. I also probably wouldn't say, or we can be adults and start clean, because then some people can interpret that and say, well, are you calling me a child? Again, just in some areas, being mindful of word choice is important. Clano says, Sync is a classic fuel on fire guy. That's why we burning down L&D's house this season, Clano. Wait, Clano, where did you go? If you said you're out of SK, who did you join? That is, dude, that is pretty funny. Hang on, I gotta see what Yami said. Oh, you joined I. Oh, nice. Oh, so you went to 509. Cool. Oh, okay, dude. Yami said she's tuning in while she's cooking. Yami, what up? What you making? What you making, girl? What you making? What you cooking? hopefully we help pass the time, because this is great. This is great. This is cinema. Oh, Admiral says, unfortunately, yeah. Tony says, this was hours in a Diplo. This one, everyone was tired and kind of over. Oh, no. Oh, I get it. I get it. I've been in 505 seasons now. 5 seasons too many. This guy, man. Tell you, dude. Yeah. I mean, listen, that's spot on, man. Like, dude, who wants to join 509, man? They suck. I mean, as long as Tiny's there, man, it's just a trash shoot, bro. God, I gotta be able to straight face these comments longer, man. What I'm talking about. Oh my God, it's like I'm breaking myself. Tony says there was issues with literally everything. Teddy, Clano was a great addition to I. 509 trash, but we still gonna dog walk on the team. Riddle me that. Ah, Clano, I miss you. However, my actual crash out is coming up soon. I called Kella an ape and an absolute clown. Oh my God, what? Admiral, they sound like my parents when they argue about petty crap. Dude, tell you, man, you know what we need to do? Here's an idea. What would you guys think about this? What would you guys think about if each season we try and cover at least one of like the top KvK's Diplos, where we just like see if they're cool with us just like reading through, peeking in, you know, kind of sharing our thoughts here and there. Like, even if we're not Diplo leading, would you guys be interested in that? Like, if we can like maybe get into like KvK 1 or KvK 2. Again, right, we're looking, this is KvK 6, but I'm gonna have to put that out there and be like, look, man, would you guys be dope if we just stream KvK Diplo just to see how you guys play it out, you know, and whatnot? Like, we won't chime in as kind of a fly on the wall. Like, dude, I'm telling you right now, man, this is, and listen, I'm gonna say this, dude, mad respect to Tiny, to all the kingdoms here in KvK 6 who are like just cool, or at least, you know, haven't yelled at me yet. Right? Because, right, we're not here to shame anyone. We're not here to say like, oh, how god awful are you? Most of you know, even when I cover like drama related stuff, which you could argue some of this could maybe be loosely, connected, branched off from that, right? We're never going to shame anyone. We're not going to call anyone out in any kind of like hard negative way, right? It's always going to be, how can we look at this from a place of how can it be educational? How can we learn from this? And also, how can we share and illuminate other people, right? So, you know, it's never about putting anyone down. This is very big on them, right? Like, this is mad respect for everyone in KvK 6 who's in this Diplo, who's, again, active, they're engaging, they were cool with me coming on and listening to VC, they're cool with me reading through. Again, man, like, you know, this is like, you have to understand as well, like from each of these kingdoms' perspectives, this is serious for them, right? Like, this is one of those things where it's like, you know, they're coming in probably wanting to try and get the best deal they can for their kingdom, like everyone is. And they also have their own opinions on how they think things should play out, right? So again, you know, it's very understandable. And obviously on top of that, right, this is 3 a.m. in the morning, at least East Coast time for me, right? Heinous, what's up, man? This KvK is betrayal bound, calling it now. I think someone said that yesterday. Clano, Dark and Jason made up and allied in KvK 1 for the sake of a good KvK, and Sync is crashing out in KvK 6 Diplo. Bro thinks he's... Guys, man, what is happening right now? Oh, my God. Oh, nice. Yeah, we're getting a little boost, man. People are coming and hanging out. Listen, for anyone joining us recently, man, listen, hopefully you guys enjoy. At the moment, we are going through KvK 6's Diplo chats. At the moment, we're getting an update on where things stand. We haven't caught up yet. We're about 16 hours behind right now reading through, which does sound like a lot. But once we finish reading through, we're going to go and update all the Zone 2 matchups for the KvK. We're going to do the first, I guess, 4. So any of the KvKs in the top 6, we're going to go and plug in all those Zone 2 matchups and see how those look. So we're going to do that after this. And of course, man, listen, if you guys enjoy with the stream, as always, man, help us out. Throw us up on the video. Helps get this out to that much more. Thank you so much. All right. Admiral says, Winter says, boss, can I join your alliance? 145 mil. I mean, listen, if I had one, I wouldn't mind having a conversation. Other than that, I hope you can find a new place. Admiral says, nah, Sync is tough. He might be Timmy, though. Knuckles reincarnate. Sync carries a tough plow with him in case he needs farm bros. You guys are so violent, man. All right, let's continue. Can we explore other options? Dude, look at say, can we explore other options if I apologize to X and then he hits you with the woozy face? I think that would be a great place to start. And then Zav comes in, FFA. I mean, dude, like you cannot script this Diplo chat any better, dude. It is great. Okay, I think we're already past that. Out of the kingdoms that is on our side, I don't think I can deal with Bossman's bullshit and 602's passive-aggressive comments. The only team we can swap is OPB with Yo, and X won't take that. Like I said 4 hours ago, X already decided. I mean, this is one alliance saying, F it, we won't fight this KvK away from being a flop of a KvK. Now, to be fair, up until this point, I still don't think option 1 or 3 are bad, right? As long as you put some like the zone 3 stipulation thing in, you know, I think that's fine. I think, again, the KvK can still be great, right? But again, you're kind of seeing how it looks at least like some things are devolving at this point. Scotty says, Sync is my boy. Give them a heck, bro. Nice. What's up, Scotty? Welcome, man. Okay. I mean, this is, I'm sure their members will be really happy about it. Yours too. If it can't be helped, my members would probably just trash talk them all season, not gonna lie. So something needs to happen. If I understand, X decided Diplo. Brother, I have typed probably 5 times in this entire chat. I admitted I couldn't read half the chats and didn't see where X stated their stance. You linked it, I thanked you, and stated X decided Diplo. Not sure how I've given you so much bullshit in the 5 messages I've sent in this chat. I was talking to Silver. He seems the reasonable one out of the 2 of you. Okay. He's going. He's about to go in. I don't know how you guys expect this to work any other way at this point. So again, explain how I've given you BS. Oh God, it's devolving. I've had a bad taste in my mouth from the beginning and it's not getting any better. Take the matchup and roll with the punches. I expect some to not so obviously look for any excuse to Diplo win, but that would be the bigger person, get over their pride and set up a good fight. Here we go. Second, okay, 3 out of your 5 messages. So it's Tiny, he's going, man. He's going. Oh my gosh. You said, see you on the field. Tiny, I feel that's a pretty respectful way to end it, to be honest. This isn't bullshit in the slightest. Actually, I stand by this. How many times does Rage need to say our points before they understood? Nothing wrong with this statement. Your points are understood, but now there are other reasons as to why X don't want to take the matchup. And honestly, I can't blame them. I'm at that point too. Nah, this Diplo was decided before any of my messages. I forgot which one is the French Alliance that won't work, but is option 4 a total no? This is good. This is good. Azura, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. Let me get some confetti in the chat for you because it's free and I like it. Admiral says, oh no, Lady Azura is here. Mama. That dude, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. This is getting good. OPB is the French Alliance. Okay, then, dude, lady, dude, this is a great interaction. Look at this. I forgot which one is the French alliance they won't work with, but is option 4 a total no? Tiny says OPB is the French alliance. Lady K, okay, then it's a no lol. It's just like, I can't tell you it. But so far, all I'm getting from continuing to talk here is passive aggressive content. Dude, I love how Tiny, it's like he's just got to get it in, man. He's got to let everyone know how he feels. If no one acknowledges how he feels or says anything, it's like, I feel like he's just going to be on repeat. Lady says, someone's got to keep Admiral in line. Bro, let me free. Clan Admirals be doing lines, and he like that. Damn, jeez, man. Like writing lines. Like, because he got in trouble, he's got to write lines now as in write sentences. Okay. But so far, all I'm getting, I don't feel like I've been unreasonable here at all. I have argued points for and against option 1 and just countered what has been proposed. It was not aimed to be defending it in any way, just how a simple discussion goes in my personal opinion. But you said you're not going to budge. What was the point of the discussion? You said this before X decided. I think it's just out of frustration how long this has taken, to be honest. We all want a fair and fun KvK, but it feels like we're without decision in any of it because X. So, and I want to point out, man, like, this is a great point. Lady and others are making great points here, which is that, again, what did I say in the beginning? The moment that you come into a KvK and you have decided essentially an ultimatum for the group that you decided on your own, you have immediately now limited the potential for greatness on what that KvK could be. It doesn't mean that you still couldn't find another great option, but you have effectively limited a number of options, and some people are just not going to feel good about that. So, right? Yeah, Admiral says yes, like homework. Too loose for the goose, what up, baby? I don't think the COD community is mature enough to watch a live diplomacy live chat. Dude, this is good, though. That dude, what's up, man? Not much. Scouring YouTube about COD. KvK boying right now. Oh, man, well, listen, man, however you came, hopefully you enjoy and get some laughs out of the evening. Because, dude, we're taking laughs to the bank right now. Okay. What do I have? This is just out of frustration. How long? Yeah. Where? I would like to see where exactly I stated that I was not going to budge on anything. Read it slowly. Not what he said. Okay. Where does it state that I personally am not going to budge? I was simply summarizing what I read, what I had been told in DMs. I think Tiny has been willing to budge, but the circumstances have led things for X to decide. I mean, yeah, it feels like everyone should just be going to X about this. X had only one stipulation. Okay, which, again, ultimatum. In the beginning, I would like to flirt, and that was just not to work with another French alliance after our past experiences. Now, keep in mind, again, you're coming in, bringing baggage into the current KvK. So that's my point. Now, I don't know if they've worked with OPB before. And on top of that, what were exactly the frustrations maybe that they had experienced before? But if it's a different alliance, I just wouldn't cast that shadow over every single French alliance, you know. I mean, listen, man, we don't want to say that's borderline racist, but I mean, it sounded like there's some prejudgment going on here. Okay, let's get conversations throughout this Diplo just secured X's initial option 1 want even more, which then turned into X not budging. Go ahead and make us the bad guy if you must, but this back and forth is not getting us nowhere. Option 1 will be the option X I and you're moving forward with. Okay, I mean, to be fair, I don't know if I would have came out that aggressive. That aggressive. Yeah. Azura, dang, is this Dutton talking? The French hate, lol. Azura, it's Frenchist. It's Frenchist, exactly. Yeah. Also, also now L&D thinks that X is racist, lol, in world chat. Really? Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, there's two challenges here, right? Sleepy says it's a stipulation. Technically, it's an ultimatum. Like, I mean, let's just call it how we see it. Let's be fair. And then the second part is that he comes out like, listen, everyone's still talking. Everyone's having like, everyone's, it's almost like everyone's getting, a little light buzz on from drinking. And then Sleepy comes out with just basically the people's elbow that he throws out, saying option 1 is the option. All of you suck. We're just gonna go with this. And now everyone's buzz has been killed, or small buzz has been killed. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, again, I maybe would have like went into that with some soft skill language. You know what I mean? Clano, LND doesn't, Sync does. Bro needs English and French classes. Wait, what? Yeah, lol, what I meant, my bad. Okay. He said that X and E didn't seem like they would budge. I meant you, X, yo, since all you seem to be pushing option 1 really hard from the moment the server has been created. So when I said you, I meant all 3 alliances. I have argued for and against for both option 1 and 3. Okay, but Tiny has stated that I was willing to do other things. Okay, we were. I mean, come on, it was there for the taking. We were, but as this conversation goes on, that willingness is very quickly coming to an end. Which alliance? Yeah, it seems only. No, I need calc right now for honors placements. Gonna be. Can you give us a recap of the Diplo thus far? I missed out on bits. So, yeah, Diplo thus far was that originally based on where everything was agreed to. This was the matchup agreement that was made, right? So it was this. Let me take my cam off for a sec. So this was the agreement that, and I should say it was a drafted agreement. Let's again be clear, right? So it was kind of a soft agreement that was made, and they said they were going to type it up because I don't know if every single kingdom was represented in the VC last night, but this was what they drafted up. This was option 1 that was suggested, right? Out of all the options. Now we're at a point where after option 1 was posted, we're reading through people's responses to it, and some kingdom reps, Diplo reps are just not on board for that, I guess. And it seems like part of it is because they either don't want to do like a zone 3 stipulation, or they just think that it's unnecessary and maybe they shouldn't. That's kind of what I'm getting so far from it, on top of which some of them just saying that, you know, maybe they'd like to consider other options or a swap, right? That they've said with, I think, OPB, and I don't know if it was not X or I, but the other, whoever the third was, I think. So that's kind of where we're at the moment, right? We're still reading. Cat, what's up, man? Yo, 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 what up? Welcome. Admiral Lady Azura is trying to boss me around. Oh, yeah, we're not going to have any of that. Admiral says, because I'm supposed to be free, she's still trying to baby me like I'm a little kid. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Lexi, what up, girl? Hey, B, I guess who's here for the party? Hey, we got you in. What up, Lexi? Okay, so, oh yeah, so Yami's telling me the next update will be for team up seasons, the one after this. So the next season where the devs will make teams and may not follow the previous ABC until they revamp the system. Okay, dude, oh, awesome, okay. So Yami just gave us that, so that gives me some hype, right? That's something to really look forward to. Yeah. Okay. Can you give me 24 hours? Okay. My brother's trying to lock in us coming up to visit them in Nashville for Memorial. But when is Memorial? Dear God. Let me see here. Oh, so it's at the end of the month. Oh, maybe. Because I think my dad comes the end of May. So that could work. Yeah, that could work. I'll have to ask. Lexi, haha, look. Yeah. I don't even know who Admiral is. Just some guy. Pay him no money. Damn, man, dude. Oh my God, dude, there was a meeting. NGO, what's up, man? Sure, Ed, sure. BTU, what's up, bro? I'm gonna boss you around. Bro, my whole family tree pulling up. Hey, Ben, have you got your margarita? Chop, chop. Man, I don't have any liquor. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I got some hard liquor right now. I got like a big thing of vodka of some Sky. I'd have to, and I think I got like some cranberry juice. I guess I could do a little simple mix real quick. Maybe in a bit here. Yeah, I don't have my sangria with me right now. I probably should have went to go get some for Friday night. Okay, let's. Who just hit me up? Oh, Go did. Yo, Crumble, what's up, man? I ran out of popcorn. Dude, refresh that bitch. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Yes, study. This is actually what I need to do. What up, PT? What's up, baby? Oh my gosh. I know. I feel so bad. I usually always have some sangria in the fridge. Okay. What do we got here? It seems like only between problem between CE. Okay, here we go. I have to get to see you speak up about much. It rather just agreeing, really, because it plays in their favor. Like I said, make us the bad guy if you must. It's not that we're painting you guys as bad people. It's making it frustrating to come to terms is all. Respectfully, please don't start playing victim. You had your mindset on a Diplo win, and certain people in the chat have made it easy for you to hide it behind other reasons. We three on our side have our minds pretty made up, it seems. XD, okay, man, whatever. Well, I wasn't trying to play the victim. I'm happy to be the bad guy for you guys. That's what the statement is, though. Take it how you want. On what we wanted, you are right, but no way does that mean we wouldn't take a different setup for the betterment of the KvK. I mean, listen, dude. Here's one way to do it. Here's one way to get it done. Yeah. For mom's help with yeah. Okay. Sorry, I just had to reply to the broski. Okay. What's going on with you unhinged degens in chat? Key lime, rum, and Coke here, my man. I know, like I could go do a simple like vodka and cranberry, man, if I just really want to get something going. You know, when I'm here, you got to drink. Oh yeah, Lexi was supposed to secure it. Kiki, what's up? Welcome. Kiki, I got my vodka. Double it up. Let's get drunk. This has been such a headache. Wait, what? Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you'll never ever leave. Hey, solid. Yo, Clano's quick, man. Clano's quick. That was good. That was good. Oh my gosh. Dude, that was funny. Can I show this? Yo, can I? Oh my God, hang on. Is this Ghost? Is this how Diplo's going? Hang on, I just yo, hang on. He sent me something about this current Diplo. About this Diplo. Oh, this is good. Okay, hang on. I don't know if he's. Hang on. I'll have to wait for him to reply. This is he shared this meme with me. It was pretty funny. Okay, hang on. Let me get back here. Let's continue. That's how. Okay, take it what you want. Oh, what we wanted. You are right, but no way does that mean we would take a different setup for the bet. Okay, I would like to record the record to show this Diplo was decided well before any of my comments and remarks. Crazy. Well, it's. I mean, to be fair, you know that doesn't seem necessarily wrong, based on what we've seen so far. What did this do? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait to hear back. Clan says you miss 100% of shots you don't take. All right, I have to go raid and WoW, but have a good night. VN Cat. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with us, Cat. I hope you have a good raid. I hope you have a good raid in WoW. Yeah, just don't pull a Leroy Jenkins or have anyone else in your team do it. Yeah, is that Cookie? What's up, man? Welcome. Barb, sexy lips. What's up, baby? Bro, why are all the strong independent women showing up in this chat now? I see what Clano did, man. Trying to make a call out and get some brownie points. Touche. Elemental Lord, what's up? Can't take these fools anywhere. Vanyo, GG, Bien got all the girls in the stream. Admiral Bien's aura. Yo, funny thing about that, Siren hit me up, and we might end up doing a video about their, I think either about their KvK or something. I got to go back and see what she was saying, but she was saying it might be cool for us to get together and do a little collab on something she said. I thought it was a pretty good idea that she had reached out about. So yeah, we might do something there. That could be cool. Because it was an absolute pleasure talking with Siren at the New York City meetup. I mean, man, there was so many cool people, man, that I met. And I'm just happy there was a nice group of ladies that came out. It wasn't just a massive sausage fest. I mean, let's just be real. oh, hang on. Go to send me back. Let me see if I can share this. It's all in fun for me, but I'm not involved in Diplo. Okay, hang on. Go send me this. Where, hang on. Where am I gonna post this though? I gotta post this on somewhere I can open this up. Dude, too bad Tiny. I need to ask Tiny if he can make a meme channel so people could post memes about this Diplo. I just want him to meme it. Hang on. I'll post it on my Discord. Just so I don't have to go far. Okay, hang on. Here we go. I'll show it to you guys now. Okay, and then we'll come. Where am I at? 405. Okay. Did I? Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Diplomacy talks begin. We deserve top lane. You promised last season. Diplo notes, let them cook. This is my favorite. This is unfair. We have more dead weight. Yo lets the children sort it out. Oh, that was funny. All right, let's continue to move on. Lexi Sausage Fest sounds awesome though. I'm so done right now. I forgot who we let in the chat. Leandre, oh man, thank you for joining the membership club. I appreciate you joining for a single. Thank you so much. That means a lot. More than you know. I'm gonna throw some confetti in the chat because it's free and I like it. All right, let's continue with where we're at. Let me see if I understand, brother. I have typed probably 5 times in this. Oh, hang on. I was at 405, right? Yeah, here we go. Crazy Low, it seems like this is going nowheres. It was your comments and remarks that made me less inclined to work with Rage, and it was Sync's comments that made me have zero interest in working with them. I wonder what Sync said, based on what Sleepy's saying. And ATP Rage too, but obviously we wouldn't team up, so I don't know what you guys expect, lol. Comments, I was just wondering why is Tiny speaking for your alliance? I didn't make any comments. Once again, the specific Diplo was decided well before any of my comments. I wasn't trying to ruffle any feathers. I'm chill as could be. Sorry my comments upset you, Tiny. And then, oh, I thought it was a gift. Sleepy says, oh, dig in the hole. Okay. Elementor, no drinking right now. Need gains. I got my vape though. Yeah. Bertata fast scroll. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I was actually looking forward to playing alongside Illuminati. This was all just disappointing. It's only human people will react. So it's only human people will react. Okay. I understand that, but directing it at I or seemingly doing so, I don't feel is fair. All Tiny did was share information on behalf of an alliance who made their mind up before this chat was made. And since it came out of his mouth, everyone got sour feelings towards him, took shots, and our only hope of an actual KvK is on the ropes because y'all wouldn't stop. I mean, that seems semi-accurate. I feel it's more directed towards X from my side anyways. I mean, yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. But it is what it is. We came into this group and it's not our fault they have issues with people. I mean, touche. I understand. Made another channel for non-Diplo stuff. Oh, probably Gen Chat, yeah. Oh, I should have posted it there. Oh my God. Dang it, I should have posted it there. Yeah. Barb says, who is Tiny? Tiny's R5 of 509i. BTU Sync apparently said a lot and keeps doing it in World Chat as well. Really? Oh, yeah, I haven't seen anything from World Chat yet. Once you linked me the statements from X, I thanked you and redirected my comments to X. I wasn't trying to point fingers at you. So again, sorry if it came off that way. That's not how it was meant. The only reason option 4 was off the table was because X didn't want it. But since X doesn't plan on doing Diplo anyways, I propose option 4. Let X and E be on the same team. As I look at the stats, the whale distribution seems pretty even. Okay, now we're getting like some progress here. We're moving forward a bit. Interesting. We're actually, it feels like we're getting somewhere now a little bit. It only took like 4 hours from the last post. I did suggest that I think if we could swap someone for someone, would it be XYE? So basically now they're thinking 2v2v2, but that leaves out OPB to be attacked. Now keep in mind, one thing to consider is that you can do, and we've seen this happen in a couple other KvKs where you do one set of Diplo for zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and then you re-up or redo the Diplo for final zone, right? Because at that time, people have had time for stuff to settle in, emotions, and the wind has left people's sails, and sometimes you can redistribute for final zone. That's an option as well. Yeah. Elemental, I hope BN puts us into FFA betrayal. Jeez, I hope not. Please do not blame that on me. Barbs, Tony is gay then. Time for a refill. It's getting interesting now. I mean, as long as I get merits, I'm happy, Admiral says. Azura, no merits for Admiral. Got it. Elementor is the sexy man on Earth. Bro, Azura just want to see me fail. What's going on? I'm going to be honest, man. It's an interesting dynamic you guys got going on there. I mean, come on. Why just attack them? I'm not sure that's fair for you. I suggest X doesn't do so. They clearly have an issue with them. Why leave it to chance? I've seen bigger alliances get over much bigger grudges for the sake of a KvK. I would hope I can expect anyone who considers themselves to be a good R5 to do the same. Okay, there we go. Get a little guilt tripping there. I mean, that's a potential solid strategy. You are new here. That doesn't typically happen to KvKs. We have taken 2v4 or FFA due to people not wanting to shift a grudge. The last time we were on this map, we were against S2AK, who did a ton of background shit and forced allies, so we said F it and went 2v4. We knew we were going to lose, but we had the most fun we ever had. I mean, yeah, basically just pulling an Echo season, right? Oh, God, I know effing Ken was their Diplo lead. No! Yo, Ken is catching like strays right now. Oh, my God, Panties Brook is getting shots fired against him. I wanted to shoot myself. Oh, my God. Yo, I'm sorry, Ken. I'm sorry, Brook. My man catching strays. Effing hell. Bless your heart. Then the next KvK way to deal with KT throwing his ego around and FSK Kyle. Yo, what you got against my lover boy? How dare you? That's my main man. That's my main boo thing. Yeah. Azura, I have never hidden my desire for you to fail, yet you keep succeeding. Must be to spite me. Typical mother-son relationship. Oh my God. Admiral, maybe that was your strategy all along. Reverse psychology. Driz, what's up, man? Welcome. Kyle was so bad last season. Dude, I'm hearing people are telling me that FSK hasn't joined or done any Diplo this season in their. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I've heard from some people. I'm not new here. God, I wish I was. I meant this bracket. Fought FSK Kyle last season. We stole his necro, so he turned on his allies and burned them. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Oh my God. Just before he's out, everyone, it would make everyone happy if we proceed how things are for now, with the clause that Diplo will be redone before FZ. Oh, so okay, so now it's like a little bit of an adjustment in order for rebalance the teams as needed. I'm fine with that on behalf of I. I'm announcing that we won't be on any team this season. We'll be on our own. You can make whatever teams you like. We'll be alone. I wish you all a great season. Let's have fun. Okay, so there you go. So Zav and company, who are they in? So they basically pull an Echo. 684 pulls an Echo first, which is... Who's 684? That's CLB. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. By the time these conversations started, it was already 6 a.m. for me, and I went to sleep because it was obvious nothing was getting was going to get resolved. I just woke up and I'm trying to read through everything now. OPB accepting option 3. We will be alone this season. Have a good season, everyone. Come on, buddy. There must be an option you want. See, and this is what happens. This is what can happen. Is that what, again, the moment you have limitations that start entering into the KvK and people feel like they're not able to Diplo to the fullest, the moment one kingdom says, here's my ultimatum, now it makes it easier for other kingdoms to do their own ultimatums. And that's, again, we'll see if that continues to play out all the way to where we are now as of today. But yeah, this was not unexpected. Like I could easily see this happening. What's going to happen once Dragon Zone opens? We don't care about Dragon. Dude, Zav. Dude, Zav is a G, bro. Oh my God. I love this guy. Or girl, whoever, or, you know, or it, you know, whatever they classify as. This is hilarious, right? Because you are taking the absolute approach of just being like, dude, F it. We don't care. We're just going to fight everyone and just get as much PvP in as possible. Dude, love it. Tiny said, that was the solution we came with. His third message in chat was asking the FFA. We saw it coming from a mile away. Barb says he is a he. Okay, thank you. Barat, yo, clan has a player with maximum decoration. That's a lie. Have you ever considered the idea of Rage, X and Yo versus LND IOPB? Would we become too strong? I'm asking because I don't know how active Rage and X are. I accept the possibility of a deadlock. I don't want FFA because we don't have a full decorated player. Oh, interesting. Only OPB or FFA. We have to work something out with the rest of us. Tiny, I'm considering a quick toaster bath. Jeez. Oh my God. Oh, Hayes, what's up? Hayes says, yo does have a max deco. Okay. So now it's on option. So now it's not option 1 anymore? But I know, right? I mean, Venko, I'm with you. Incredibly confused. Kellenborg, I recommend LND Yo X versus Rage IOPB way before any comments were made that ruffled anyone's feathers or hurt anyone's feelings. Rage members liked it, LND members liked it, and I members said they weren't opposed to it. And Yo and X remain silent, but since it seems that 2 servers are unwilling to work with other servers and 1 server wants to go alone, then why not do LND Rage Yo versus XI versus OPB? 3, 2, 1. Are we willing to put aside ego and do what's best for our members in KvK and do balance matching and power, activity, map layout, and final zone access without really needing a safety clause? And go with, I mean, keep in mind, it's not a safety clause, right? It's you putting in a stipulation that is a net positive benefit for the entirety of the KvK. And it's mainly being done like that because of the way that the pass is open and how the zones are. That's the only reason, right? It's not like people are just throwing in this zone 3 clause because for shits and giggles, like because they want to. No, they're doing it because it improves the overall map layout and the amount of fighting production and engagement that everyone gets to now participate in to the fullest extent until they get pushed out of final zone and anywhere else. Yeah. Klano says LND probably got max deco, but 0 brain cells, so that's a major tip. I'm gonna be honest, man. I feel like I have to give Klano a title of maybe like court jester or something, because he's just, yeah, man. I didn't realize Klano goes this hard on people. Leandre Wild Chest. Hey, says, yeah, we fought them on row and scouted some. So yeah, they have Max Deco player at 222 million and sitting at 83 million merits. Barb's Rage plus I versus all. Yeah, Admiral Clan with the coat. Oh my god. All right. Isn't LND stronger than I? LND's true power is about 12 bill with about 20% being T4 or fresh T5. We have main fighters sat at 57 million, but that's not what I asked. Isn't LND stronger? Okay, 28. You're tripling more power players. Good morning. Reading to catch up. With a large portion of our guys in the 30-75 mil range, not the point. Stam matters. Explain how LND is weaker than I just did. That's not even close to a reason. It is. We have a large amount of 50-70 million players too, and at least 40% of our alliance being free to play. You have 2 billion more power and like 60 more players. We have 60% free to play. How on earth do you see that as stronger? Of course you do. Good morning. I'm telling you, man. Just the way that people enter into the chat is hilarious. It kills me. Oh my gosh. Dance Hey says, I got the idea of the Max Deco of Yo. Okay, hang on. Oh, let's see. This is Max Deco Yo player that Hayes just shot us. Let me see. This is Max Deco player. Dude, too bad there's not like an achievement I can look up to see if they like maxed a deco out or something. That'd be so cool. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of kills, dude. 1.7 bill, jeez. I mean, dude, 17 million dead, dude, is nothing to scoff at. Okay. Well, there we go. Yeah. Leandre, maybe everyone should be alone. Driz, what's up, man? Boss, did you smoke one before going live, or eyes just heavy from looking at screen for so long? Dude, yeah, it's probably that. It's probably that. Again, I'm on like 6.5 hours of sleep too. So because I was streaming so late last night, by the time I got off, I was like, I got to get a little bit of food in my system. I stayed up for a little bit just to let that digest, and then I went to sleep. So a little bit low on fuel at the moment. Yeah. Oh, Barat says, hey, you're wrong. There's one more. So they have two. Rouse, what's up, man? Yikes. Miguel, what's up, man? What the F? 2 days of Diplo isn't done. I mean, technically it's been, to be fair, technically it's been 1 day. Just past 1 day. So. Yeah. Yeah, is that sausage? Adam says. Chroma, what's up, man? What a whale, lol. Chroma. Kiki, yes, they need to add that. Something to show decos without having to scout lol like an achievement. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, they do it for T5s. Why can't you do it? They even do something for war pets. Like, you have whatever that achievement is, right? On like whatever the max or 3-star war pets or whatever it is. Why can't you do something for decos? Right? Like, you've maxed out a certain number of decorations. Like, just add it in the achievement section. That would be fine. Yeah, B2 Trust is a good player. Barat, I think Elgul also has maximum decoration. One of their players was 99888, so it's not max. Bar says, hey B2, how is the wheelchair? Okay, I'm not even going to ask about that. Then Admiral says, look. All right, continuing. You literally just said X and yo, is Diplo win? Let me remove I, add my own stronger alliance, and that is now fair. To be honest, none of yo. Oh, hang on, let me see what I'm looking at. Cool. To be honest, none of yo wants a Diplo win, lol. We just want Diplo finish and not going in circles. I mean, to be fair, I think people would probably settle for that at this point. Especially, I don't know any server here beyond OPB except Santa, but she forgot me. We just babies. Now I went to CC last merge. Okay, warning, nerd moment incoming. Okay, Calivore, basing Diplo decisions off random paper stats that have 20 to 30% statistical fallacy, rather than just watching old YouTube videos on each server's last 2 to 3 KvK breakdowns and the opponents they face in their breakdown, then doing the before-after comparison. It's not as hard as you think. It's not. And actually, on our website, on our BN Analytics or KvK Analytics website, you're actually going to be able to start doing this too as well. So that's actually a little segue throw in there. And we have, I got it pinned on the pinned comment in the live chat too for anyone who wants to go access the KvK Analytics site. Everything's been updated. We got, was basically do before and after shots of each server in power, merits of whales, then ask AI to do a statistical breakdown of how the server's profit loss was based on RSS spent and members who fought and kills dead merits, then generate something similar to an investment risk analysis. I feel like this is a really long way of saying something that probably could have been said in one sentence. On each to determine essentially who fights true to power, who punches above their weight class, and who underperformed. Once you train the AI to determine the metric and the legend to how the game weights stats merits is an easy breakdown. Okay, I need coffee now before heading to the office. Okay, fantastic. Dude, listen, man, I'll have to ask Drewski about that. Oh, Tiny says, oh god, he's about to get to the dude with the AI boner. That's what Tiny said. That's good. Barbs, let me lubricate that thing, baby. It's not even, oh my god. Nah, I'd lift you, but I'm not gonna pay for the wheelchair maintenance. Gotta go get my college tuition paid. Oh my gosh, you guys will too. I'm slightly getting done. Yeah. Yeah. I should have heeded the nerd moment warning. Callum, I just woke up, man, my brain. I mean, yeah. First off, I mean, this doesn't really even give anyone an answer. It's more of kind of like a side quest, right? I mean, this is my thing from Kellenvor. If Kellenvor would have posted, like if he did this and then posted the results of it, I feel like that would be more relevant. But basically just posting the guide on how to get to the answer, I don't feel like that really did anything to help the conversation, respectfully. Law, I'm still in bed doing this from a phone. Get me on a computer at the office and I'll write up an algorithm on it. Yeah. The AI would self-destruct if it was involved in this Diplo. That's so good. Oh, that was so funny. That was good. Yeah. I think, yeah, I think diplomacy will end in zone 5. Leandre, that's good. Yeah. Clano, bro wrote a whole ass paragraph just to be left on red for real low. I would not take that. I would not take that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I just would have done something different there. An algorithm doesn't matter if people are imposing who they won't ally slash demanding for all. Yeah. I mean, yeah, to be fair, I mean, yeah, Q's on point with that one. Tiny says, we also have access to every data pool BN has done in the last 2 years, just saying. Yeah, that's where I pulled it. Yeah. Amazing. We can come up with the best, most impartial matchup on paper, but if people refuse to work with the people, that puts them with then, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah. However, players come and go. You can't judge I from 2 seasons ago when we had a large chunk of NTS that left right after the season. Please do. This is a top tier. This is top tier content. I'm not even looking forward to PvP, but I hope we all stay on the server and continue yapping. This is definitely not making me want to bash my head against the concrete wall. Bro, the sarcasm just ain't needed. It truly is, my friend. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I'm slightly in favor. Given the issues we've already caused, you think continuing to be an effing clown is going to get this resolved any further? No normal person would be able to endure this absolute effing mental torture. Dude, Sake is coming out with some bangers. This is so good. Dude, I need to do a highlight. I need to do a highlight reel on this Diplo chat. Oh my gosh. You've been attacking everyone here, and I'm the clown. You're the common denominator for every tense interaction in the server. Seriously, there has been only option before the server was even created. Yes, so we can just move on and try to have a 3-3. I'm aware we were trying to find a solution, but I'm not doing this anymore. It seems like everyone is tense and sleep deprived. Let's try and keep this chat to actual Diplo talk. If people want to, yeah, we can have a general chat for that. You can continue with whatever you guys want to, but I'm done with Diplo discussion now. Good luck this KvK. We're heading into a complete deadlock. I mean, to be fair, you've been in a complete deadlock for a while now. Historically and statistically speaking, based on current server player roster and existing players' merit performance from their previous seasons, overall deads, RSS spent average per KvK, overall season merit averages for last 3 seasons, giving for a 7 to 10% variable margin average of players merit performed, then the best overall matchup would actually be Rage LND Yo versus IOPBX, but that means LND and OPB would get no fights till Dragon Zone. Oh, dude, I wonder if Kellenvor said, I wonder if this was my option 2. If this was the option 2 that I suggested as well, because I said I liked option 2 as well, or choice 2, but it did hamper 2 kingdoms because they wouldn't get any action until final zone. Yeah, it's not option OPB would accept. So now it's X, i.e. versus Rage LND versus OPB, right? No, lol. What did I miss? I know, right? Like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I was going with it too. But someone says no. Wait, what? OPB wants to go alone, so teams need reworked. OPB said, "F the dragon, we're going solo." Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, they pulled an echo. I'm confused. How can the team rework? Anyone from Rage here? Me, but I'm not the person you probably want. Waiting on people to wake up. X has named 2 kingdoms they won't work with OPB, and I believe mentioned, okay, unless everyone is willing to squash the schoolyard crap, join the club. I'm starting. Dude, this is so good. Join the club. I'm starting a prayer group. I'm gonna be honest, man. Yo, this Diplo chat is delivering. God, dude, this is so... Man, you know what I need to do? I need to start screenshotting. I need to start screenshotting all of the great comments and putting together a compilation file. Yeah, let me do that. I'm gonna put these. I need to start doing that. Oh my God, how have I not been doing this since the beginning? Jeez. I'm gonna have to like go back and read a little bit too, but we'll start grabbing them from now. This is so good. Yeah. Jason, which means, okay. Less inclined, not totally against. I've spoken. Yeah, Tani, I'm trying to get one of our guys to wake up. Give me some time. Tani Bossman is drunk and I was requested to ignore his remarks. Wow, DMs and Diplo chat. Slay, don't be difficult. Sorry, I'll try and be serial today, but it's difficult for me after 13 hours of circle jerks. I mean that super diplomatically and respectfully, of course. This is so good. Oh my God, 1 sec. Hunting a box of tissues. Dude, this needs to be clipped. Oh my God, this is so good. All right, there we go. We clipped that one too. I'm telling you, man, dude, if they keep delivering this often, man, I'm gonna have enough screenshots for a full video. Either way, then we have 1 kingdom that refuses to work with 3 others and 1 that is less inclined to work with 1 and won't work with the other. And no, I'm not drunk. Silver is fake news. He's not wrong. He said you were 20 beers deep. He's not wrong. Yo, so he's pulling a Jason? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Here's when the Tiny is done, but then feel bad for Rage. Whoa, can I get it on that prayer? Ladies, yo, can I get it on that prayer group? Bossman drunk. Reminds me of the time my R5 went out and got drunk instead of doing Diplo. Lol. Mushroom? Gatto. I had to do Diplo. Everyone knows I shouldn't do Diplo. I'm the biggest pushover. Oh, lol. Tiny crash out incoming. W Gatto. We Americans. Yeah. Was it bottles or cans? But that was 8 hours ago. And real beer or Bush? Real beer or Bush? It's beer. You drink that to flush your kidneys. 20 beers is not exactly sober, even by UK standards. Lol, my boy Bossman said to me last night, my brain is fully functioning. Exactly, it's been already peed out. He good now. Mr. 2 bottles of spirits and 20 beers. Was a good night. Good luck on breaking through. I DM'd you something me and Silver were discussing. You're rehired. I drank 10 bottles of blue mana at the meetup. with bottom shelf bot. Yeah, dude, I heard some people were throwing them back at the meetup. Yeah. After that night, we've had it's AA. Dude, active alcoholics. That's so good. I've never heard that before from Q. Yeah. Dude, I gotta clip this. That's so good. From Q. Hang on, where is this? I gotta scroll up real quick. Hang on, active. I gotta screen this. It's so good. No. BTU, Tiny, go back to sleep. Azura, I'm going to start my own prayer group. If I can't get in on that prayer group, BTU, can I still be in your cult while also having a prayer group? Of course, we're a no judgment cult. He says, oh my God, a few Modelos. Okay, let's see if we can get to some of the other stuff. I got to get up and finish some things in the office today, but today is daughter's B-Day, so you all will have to manage without me. Stay strong and know that and stay strong and know that I am not thinking of you. Oh my God, that's so good. Kellen, I got a clip, dude. That's so good. Oh my God. I got to clip the emojis too. That is so good. All right, let's see what else we got here. Sounds like, let me see. I ain't good at Diplo, all that number stuff. I'm just a redneck from Texas. Just tell me what to shoot. Bullets are expensive. Send me feet pics first. Let's see. Slay. Oh, I think I could scroll then. Wait, what's this? Slay, you'll be working a lot of overtime this season then. Reported. What did I do? Where is my lady? Wait, what? Okay, here we go. I think this is where it picks back up around 9:20. Azura, don't judge the prayer beads. Those are for later. I called this prayer sync. Oh my gosh. Random, yeah, yikes, but I'm not French. Yeah. Okay, here we go. OPB has said they want to go solo. Listen, respect to Kellivore, because he's the first person who has just generally summarized where the conversation was up until that point. Let me say something here that for all of you KvK peeps that are doing Diplo or ever do Diplo in the future, this is one of the smartest things that you can do. If you're about to get off, or if you just feel like, listen, the conversation's gone on for a while and you have a lot of people involved in Diplo, do a summary and just summarize everything that's happened so far so everyone knows where everyone is at. Because that just helps continue the conversation from an actual starting point instead of it just being a complete long chat feed, right, that people have to go back and read up on. It just makes it a lot easier. Okay, so OPB said they want to go solo. X refuses to ally with LND, OPB, and Rage. Yo just wants to fight people. I is less inclined to work with LND Rage, but is open to anything. And if this all goes to shit, we blame Tiny. Is this accurate? Dude, this is so good. My Kellivore is cooking right now, man. All right, dude, I'm clipping this. Again, that's another clip, man. There's so much good stuff coming out of this Diplo. I got muted 2 seasons ago for responding to KT, who had his name. Okay. I got muted once. We got that overturned permanently. I told CS name, but I got lifted. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where they continue. Here we go. I doesn't mind who we ally with. We don't actually have beef with anyone here as long as we get good fights and our members are happy. We are happy. We just want to come to an agreement so we can start focusing on the other start of KvK admin we got to do and have the matter settled. Rage doesn't mind who we ally with. We don't actually have beef with anyone. Oh, so Boss Man just copies Q. Thanks for typing up my message for me. I mean, touche. So may I propose to make the majority happy, or at least based on what has been stated here by the R5s and the alliances? Yo X versus OPV versus LND Rage I. Gives everyone fights in the zones. It abides by X's refusal to not ally LND, OPB, or Rage. It gives Yo fights and fights. Okay. Clearly, we aren't going to make everyone happy, but based off of what XSR5 said and not wanting to ally with LND, Rage, or OPB, this fits. Based on what OPBSR5 said of going solo and not caring about the dragon, this fits. Based on Yo has said about wanting fights, they don't care who they ally with, just want to fight. Okay, KvK, this fits. And I said about not caring who they ally with as long as they get lots of fights, this fits. This option pleases the most kingdoms based off what has been discussed and argued. I like how this person's quoting people and then suggesting something, because that feels like that could actually go a little bit further. And honestly feels like that can actually be a positive outline that's going towards an actual resolution. This option pleases the most, while it may not be even in power, is what we have to work with, considering one alliance has walked away from Diplo and the other won't work for 50% of the KvK. Isn't that a Diplo win? Yes, but it's what we have to work with unless XOPB want to reconsider their stance. So you want to be on the Diplo win side. Oh God, Tiny. Tiny, why did we have to go there? Why can't we just say nice things? Elemental Lord's Tiny's fault. Chroma says, you should see Kellenvor's decrees Shakespeare level. Really? Oh, that's awesome. Drew says, I thought we were going to do matchups today. Oh, no, we are. We are. I just don't know what the other two are. We've done 4 of the top 6. Tiny said, BN, yes, but he suggested a Diplo win for himself, like with every single one of his suggestions. I mean, I don't know if he was suggesting a Diplo win. It sounds like what he was doing was pairing the kingdoms based on what everyone had said. That's what it looked like to me, at least. Literally, all of the suggestions may seem to be helpful, but are always Diplo win for LND. Read the chat. So many servers who refuse to work with each other. Yeah, I don't know why it be, but it do. Admitting Diplo winning is funny as fuck. It's like I'm watching a sitcom. That's crazy. He literally put himself in a 3v2. Yeah, I mean... Well, then if that's the case, you propose and you say, okay, well, what about him coming to the 2 and then someone else going to the 3? I mean, you see my point, though, is like you could just claim the other side, the other people who are a part of that 3 now are Diplo winning. Yeah. I mean, I think the summary seems sound based on what everyone has stated so far, at least up until this point of 10 a.m. Yeah, no issue being on the Diplo win side in option 1. To be fair, option 1 is not a Diplo win side, so I mean, I do disagree there. Because given what you're saying, you should also be fine with the current agreement. Why not Rage OBB? That's what I thought. Every proposal from KK so far is a Diplo win for LNB. I suggested this in the first 10 minutes of Diplo last night. Yeah, before OPB joined the chat. How is every proposal from you not to? You backdoor deals and slim stats to favor your decision. What? Oh, Jesus Christ, here we go again. Oh, my good Lord, excuse me. Kind of feeling like it Mia or MIA. You started it. You started it. No, you did. No, you did. No, you started it. No, you said it first. No, I said it first. Wait, what? Bro, is there literally any need for this? Where the F is my backdoor deals? He did like, okay. I asked you a simple effing question. You complete it. Oh my God. Dude, Tiny's crashing out, man. He's crashing out. It's coming. Master Gaslighter. I asked you I've been trying to find a solution for Bush's snowflake ass. And all you do is I can't read the rest. It's trying to tip a wing out the fucking cloud. I'm gonna start crying, man. It's so good. This should be used in PR training guides as what not to do. It should be like Exhibit A. Shit. Woo! That was good. That was good. Oh my God, so good. Because he was like, all Callimore said was you started it, and then Tiny just lost it. It just. I didn't even say anything mean. He just started. What is it? Oh god, so good. Oh my god. Oh, dude, that was good, man. That's what I needed. I'm gonna be honest, man. What I would have done is just gone to sleep, bro. I would have gone to sleep and just woke up and just dealt with it at that point, man. Like that would have been fine. Admiral says my man need PR training. This is where Tiny goes into hiding and Tony shows up. Someone, Regina was that. Someone delete the internet for her. We even got Reggie in here. Bro, this was effing 15 hours of dealing with him crying. Yeah, I would have just went to sleep. As a report, Tony probably has low patience because they have to deal with Apple here. Crosswinds is up, being his god. Why am I catching strays, mama? Oh my god, I'm laughing so hard my cheeks are hurting. Why the F am I continuing to catch strays? Regino, no mama for you. I feel like I was reasonable as I could be up until this point. BTU, we both catching strays. Runs in the family, I guess. I'm done. Literally done. It's X and yo. F the rest of you. Oh, he keeps going. I didn't read. I'm out. I'm out. Deuces. Have fun fighting Darklings, bro. Have fun to spam. Dude, he is just going in. Oh my god. No. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, hang on. I gotta clip this. But we're gonna clip the PG rated stuff. just have fun disbanding. We'll do that one. We'll just do that one. Dude. Miguel, what's up, man? So what's the time? I didn't want to go to sleep because it's unfair on Rage. They were in a shit spot and we needed to find. Yeah, I mean, I would just let Q take over. Or you just go to sleep early and you say, look, guys, I'll be back up. You know, this is the thing with Diplo. I mean, listen, I get it if you want to chuck some monsters and try and get it all taken care of, but it's like, if it's not going to get taken care of in the first 24 hours, dude, like that's when I would go to sleep, just to get some rest. Clan says, Tony was reasonable. Tony was reasonable. Tony's just a hooligan. Oh my God. Dude, I have to clip that, man. I got to clip that from chat, Clan. That's so good. It's so good. I'm going to put it right next. I'm going to put it right next to his comment too, so I can read that first and then read the crash out. Is there, it makes you wonder how many people approach Diplo just to be a total troll. Yeah, yo, Silver Sword, W, voice of reason. Yeah, man, I will say, man, Silver does seem to be, like, pretty good on that. I mean, even Kellenvor had a couple posts that seem pretty good so far. Or are these people really just like this, lady says? Somebody has to be. Is this Rage like the Big Alliance Rage or the Temu Rage? The big one. I think it's the big one. Yeah, Big Daddy Rage, they said. Rage, the big one, but they aren't very big right now. Yeah. Raz, how the F is Sync R5? I don't know. He's low-key a goat. Clano, L&D going to get their R speed in zone 2. Then its allies are going to burn them too. That's how this KvK go. L&D in 5. Dude, what? What is happening? Oh my God. Hang on. I gotta make sure the lady didn't message me here. About to end here in a bit. Y'all about, let me see, y'all about to come home. Let me see. About to come home or staying there longer? I gotta give my little one a bath too. Okay, let me see what she says. Yeah, Miguel, I and Rage versus X, L&D, and Yo. X won't work with L&D. Yeah, Kiki said. Okay, let's see if we can catch up a little quicker here. Then resort to we won more seasons than sure you have. Tony, I thought you said you were done, man. I ain't good at simple shit. This is ridiculous. Just to the record, I don't speak for you, I speak for me. I'm here to fight. Okay. Can I explain the other Discord what we're doing? Wait, what's this? I'm dying, yeah, man. When someone put the announcement out, we made SOS4 Discord with us, XL, and assuming everything was settled. Yeah. Literally 10 minutes in Diplo chat last night, I suggested. One said, so as we discussed with Boston, OPB, L&D are on their own. Welcome to the shit show. I mean, shit. I thought Latinas enjoyed Ring Around the Rosie. Oh my god. Just come back, WTF. If I'm fighting for me, yeah, bring it, princess. But it happens we were doing something for the whole alliance. Yeah. So, who is pushing the Diplo one now? Let's be civil at least. And that is huge coming out of the mouth of a Latina. We just aren't including your disrespectful arses. Literally everyone is done with it. Okay, let's speed run this a little faster. This is Tony said this is pretty much Diplo done at this point. Okay. Close friend is getting married, so I'll check in here from time to time. But the conclusion I've come to is that this KvK won't be completely fair in any way, and not everyone is going to be equally happy. It's been 15 hours and we're sold at the exact same point. I mean, pretty much. I mean, you're not wrong there. What is this? In your logic equals insulting another alliance that suggested to team with them, and your logic is awesome too. Choosing your allies before Diplo, just because you have past grudges and because you're fucking racist too. Oh my god. Dude, that has a small dick energy. Oh my god, bro. I gotta clip some of this, man. Oh. Yeah, I can come get them. Yeah. All right, cool. So we're gonna have to read through this pretty quick because I'm gonna have to go and pick up my kiddos because apparently they are driving my lady a little bit up the wall when she's trying to get some work done. So let's see if we can speed run this BR. Oh, hang on, I gotta clip this though. This is a funny one. I mean, I can always come back, but this is pretty good. Yeah, here we go. Hang on, this one, and then we gotta clip it to the small dick energy because that was so hilarious. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, dude, there are so many quality. I mean, I can always like run back through this if we need to. All this drama from 50 on the DT4s. Can't complain about Diplo win if you refuse fair matchmaking. I mean, to be fair, I mean that's fair. I do agree there from Azure. I think that's a good point. Admiral 6 just Sync got millimeter to dude, what? Sleepy did explicitly say that X won't work with OPB because they are French. Sync is started in Discord. Jeez. Sync thinking he ate in Diplo. Bro got cooked and he's king. Yes, you guys, man, you guys way too much. Okay, let's continue this. I don't want this. Come on, Sync. Bring it on. Okay, here we go. OPB would agree to ally with us. I was allied with them last season. If this issue keeps going, we can do OPB Rage. Okay. There's nothing still in X, so a couple days. What's this? When matchup was first announced, okay. I agree, but the issue was the lack of transparency and ultimatums. Absolutely. The stats that keep getting argued have. I did algorithm ask using current server data, roster BNs on YouTube videos and stat sheets of the last 3 seasons, before and after data, while taking into consideration opponents, the season layout factor. And that's the thing, man. Like, we'll be able to use the KvK analytics site and the BN analytics site, a lot more efficiently going forward too as well. Hopefully, it's going to help out a lot more kingdoms, especially with the way we're doing it, with kind of doing 2 updates at the start, one after registration finishes, and then one after Brink of War finishes for healing and power up at the start of the season. I'm not back reading. Did anything get resolved? Dude, Lady K coming in with the real posts. Yeah. Okay, cool. Collectively agreed, bro. Maybe I just need to scroll to the front. Well, yeah, but I want to go through so we can read some. Go for 5. Bossman can't read. Wanted him. Bossman literally. You know, maybe we will just jump to present so we can figure out what's going on. Let's just do that. So here we go. This is right now, as of an hour ago. Let's see. We can't say rage. What is it? We can't say rage IXO. Everyone has to push. Everyone has to, hang on. We can't just say rage I versus XYO. Everyone has to push OPB or LND respectively. And everyone is responsible for locking one of their zone 3 passes. I'm not concerned about backstabs. Let's be real. BN is already covering our KvK and emphasize later will continue to do so. So if anyone wants to turn traitor or make shady deals with the other camps in front of the entire community and commit social diplomatic suicide and destroy your lives in the process, by all means, damn, dude, Silver is laying it on thick right now. Listen, I don't think that's what we're carrying. You know, I don't think that's what we're bringing to the table. I just think it's incredibly interesting, and it's just nice to get a peek behind the curtain. That's all I'm about. You know, I don't got anything against anyone in this KvK. But I do think it can be educational and enlightening for people to see how KvK Diplo can play out. I don't think anyone here will be doing that. Nah, would be retarded not to mention points, but we all take responsibility for one free-for-all alliances zone 3 pass and agree not to fight each other in their zone 3. Not to mention that the team with the disadvantage in the stats, Ray Joe, will also be expected to block the stronger FFA alliance. It's less about betrayal and more about which kingdom will start pushing once the Dragon Zone opens. Either OPB or LND will definitely push, but if one of them causes significantly more problems than the other, then it still won't truly be a 2v2. The effect of which could be lessened if our allies are diagonal, so both teams would be affected. Okay. Oh, Andrew, oh, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I appreciate that. That means a lot. That means a lot. I'm going to throw some confetti in the chat because it's free and I like it. Yeah. W Tiny gifted. Oh yeah, dude, Tiny got it. Wow, look at that. Silver says, "Did you skip a lot?" Yeah, I just skipped all the way down. Not gonna lie, Silver is gonna fit in eye like a glove. How you doing? Yeah, he did. Lol. He did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I skipped all the way. Now, so basically, what it looks like I'm understanding from what I'm seeing here is it's a 2v. This is what I'm. It's a 2v2. But the teams are going to work together against OPB and LND. Is that right? Is that where I'm at? Admiral Silver says, "Me and I'm being recruited." Lol. Oh my gosh, Leandre. Oh my god, you guys. Listen, I'm about to. Oh my god. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted members. I appreciate. Too kind. Again. Yeah, we're gonna get off in a sec, but I wanna know where are we with this before. I want at least everyone to know where we are before we get off. Naras says GG rigged. Silver Sword. Okay, it's 2v2 v1 v1. Okay, so that's right. So it's Rage and I, it's X and Yo, and then it's LND and OPB solo. Is that right? Yo, rigged. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so they're ones. They're ones or solo. Is that right then? At least what I got from this. Kiki says, "Thank you." Miguel, talk about a wild KvK LMAO. Yeah. Is that so? Is that the 2v2 teams? Okay, 2v2 teams have not been decided yet. Okay. Okay, got it. So basically, where we're at then is that 4 kingdoms, being Rage, I, X, and Yo, have agreed that it's going to be a 2v2 at this point, and they're going to try and work towards keeping OPB and LND out of the final zone, and then you guys will kind of figure it out going in the FC. Is that kind of the general summary? Miguel says, "We'll just make it happen, Silver, lock it in." Is that kind of where we're at then? Okay, Silver said yes. Okay, so that's where we're at then. at the moment, right? So that's where we've left off, is that Rage, X, and Yo will figure out a 2v2 with the general understanding that they're going to fight against OPB and LND, I imagine, together in some kind of unified manner, so that way they can try and do a 2v2 in the final zone with those two kingdoms excluded. Okay. So there you go. There we go. That's the summary. Admiral, lock him out of FC. LMAO, LND getting dicked down in zone 1 protect. This, you can't just play with French kingdoms noted. I mean, listen, man, I'm going to say, if that's where it's at right now, I mean, that's rough, right? And now, I'm not saying rough as in like, bad against anyone else. However, what I will say is that why it's rough is because, like, dude, this is one of those prime examples, man, of like why you just get. Listen, I'm about to get off, Leandri. Calm down. But again, thank you for the 5 gifted. Don't get off to, but thank you so much. Very kind. Very kind. Very kind. Okay, right. So my last thought here, dear God, is that yeah, KvK could have been better. Right, more potential was there, but sadly, it's not going to be reached because you had one kingdom that came in and said, "Hey, we don't want to team with this other kingdom." Limited options, and then because of that, you had this chain effect. At least from what it looked like in the beginning, where then the other alliance opted just to say, "Look, dude, we're just going to go solo." And you kind of create these 2 one-on-one situations. And look, dude, I don't think anyone's mad. Like, if you can make a 2v2 work in the FZ, literally, if that's the way it is, do that. I mean, listen, if that's the only options you really feel you have because of the limitations and the ultimatums that have been created, dude, so be it, right? I don't think anyone's going to look at that for the other 4, as long as those other 4 alliances can make it work, right? And it's like, we're going to work together. Everyone's going to be unified on keeping OPB and LND out. And then, everyone's going to contribute to that. And then we're going to have our 2v2 in the FZ, and we'll figure out what teams are going to be best at that point. That's fine. Like, I still think you can make that work. Does it suck? Absolutely, that OPB and LND, based on what we've heard so far, aren't included in that for what we'd hope just would have been a basic 3v3. It does, right? But listen, I mean, you got to essentially work with what you got left at this point. So, yeah. Admiral, where's my gifted at rigged? I made OPB relevant back 5 seasons ago. Ghetto, what's up? The scout has summoned me. I try, man. I try. I've been here for 100 live and I have 0 gifted. It's the best we could come up with considering what we had. Tiny said, Clano, good job, Sync. Got your whole ass team locked before map opens. All right, fam. That is probably, I think, going to do it for me. I told the lady about 10 minutes ago I was going to wrap up in a few minutes. Exceeded that a little bit. However, what I will leave you with is, again, right, be sure you guys check out our KvK analytics site. Right, we got some matchups that have been updated so far. 4 out of the top 6 matchups have been updated. And you guys can go and check that out now. I'm going to post a link as well here back in the chat. Again, if you find it useful, be sure you favorite it, you bookmark it, put it somewhere where you can kind of check in on it routinely. Remember, our timeline for utilizing the KvK analytics site is we do a scan at the beginning of the season after registration finishes, so we can look at the KvK prep. We also do one at the beginning of the season after Brink of War. And so that's something here in 6 days next Friday we're going to stream again. And we're going to cover that because we're going to get an updated scan. Drewski's able to upload that and overwrite the current data. So then you're going to be able to see the updated data based on everything we have. We don't have to do anything else. It'll just automatically update, and you guys can see the new data based on all the kingdoms most likely being fully healed at that point, along with all the kingdoms for players that powered up during the training event for Brink of War. So you can see a little bit more up-to-date and accurate stats at that point going into the start of the season, before Statue, before Zone 2 opens. So there's that. And then we're also going to do pools and scans at the end of the season. And I've talked with Drew about doing end-of-season KvK stats as a way to highlight the gen pool and maybe even the individual groups where we can kind of show off in an easy way how each of the players' alliances, kingdoms performed within that particular season. So you're seeing those specific seasonal stats, not the historical all-time stats. So that's going to be really cool to see as well. I know that's something he said, you know, again, when he gets time, he'll work on, but that's something we're going to be adding. And as always, man, if there's anything, any suggestions you guys have for the site, anything else you'd like to see, an idea you have, you think that would be cool if we implemented, be sure you guys let me know. Hit me up on Discord, just shoot me a DM. That's honestly the easiest way, because Drew and I talk pretty consistently. So, you know, it's always something I can pass over to him if need be. Thankfully, there hasn't really been a lot of work that's needed to be done, which has been great. So, you know, it's me kind of just coming to Drew every so often at this point, because the foundation has just been set up so great. So thank you guys so much. Again, the feedback we've been getting on the KvK analytics site has been great. There's been a lot of usage on it. I'm happy that people are enjoying it. My plan is only to make it better, right? I'm sure Drew's is as well. And the hope is that it can become something that you guys use as a staple, something you will check in and everyone will use as much as possible, at least at the times that it is relevant to do so. And yeah, I mean, this has been such a great project. And I'll tell you right now, man, I feel so great about this, because if there's ever a point where another kingdom builder or a new kingdom builder comes out, I just feel like all of my ideas, like literally we have the perfect starting point for whenever there's maybe a new game that comes out, right? If it ends up being popular and hyped and people enjoy it, and you know, people end up playing something else in that case, right? I feel like we're just into such a better position to do things from there. That is it for me. I am not going to ramble anymore. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. This has been great, man. Again, as I said before, massive shout out to Tiny and the crew at 509 and the others over there for the KvK6 Diplo chat. Again, I'll say this, man, I really appreciate those people, you know, giving us that opportunity to peek behind the curtain and kind of see how things played out, right? Regardless of how things end up, right? It's all a learning experience. It's all hopefully educational for people to get some good takeaways on kind of how a top KvK Diplo can play out and may play out at times. And it's not always going to be sunshines and rainbows, right? It's okay to get a little dirty in the mud, especially if that's what you're seeing play out. If it's any consolation of you being able to look at that and say, well, let's try and do things differently, or let's see if we can maybe not have these kinds of particular situations happen for the betterment of your KvK, right, going forward. So again, man, I wish the best for them and hope everything works out, you know, for most people, if not up to everyone in that KvK. But yeah, that is it for me. I'm out. This was, man, such a fun and awesome stream. I'm glad we could get you guys some laughs. Dude, I know I laughed a lot, and, you know, laughter is the best medicine, as they say. That's it for me. If it's at morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, I hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care, fam. Oh, God, dude, I just realized I had my cam off the entire time. Okay, we out.